What's happening, gamers? It's Amber here with KwingsLetsPlays. Hope everyone's day is going great today. Today we're going to be checking out more of Judy and Nick Wilde. I was able to basically play a little bit on the regular mode on this, where you can kind of level your character up. I can show you guys what I'm talking about a little bit. Did that a little bit yesterday, and I just randomly saw this free Chip and Dale thing, so we're going to get that. Alright, our collection's almost to level 27. Yay. Alright, Chip and Dale. Alright, so I'll show you guys. So you guys probably already know, obviously, if you play this game a lot. But if you're trying to level up your journey thing here, then all you have to do is go to regular mode, where it says team, mode, solo mode. And you just go to solo mode and press play. So that's what I've been doing. Alright, so let's actually check out the shop right now. Alright, so we have one free pull. We're going to do that. See if we get anything. Hi, Later Gator. Hi, Leo Boys. Hi, everyone. Hope you guys and gals are having a great day, everyone who's coming across the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new and join our newsletter, KwingsLetsPlays.com. If you want to be informed of all of our streams and videos that we do every single day. I just uploaded a video like several months ago on my K-Wife channel, and somebody came by and said, wow, I guess you guys do post once in a blue moon. It's like, I just was like, we post every day. We post every day, many times a day. We never have skipped a day of posting. We don't post once in a... I didn't respond in a mean way, but I just said, you know, like, we post every single day. Honestly, this would be a great... I'm not gonna buy it, but oh my gosh, that's a cool... I really like... Look at this. Oh man, I'm so tempted to get this pack. Friend like me. 3 wishes. This is cool. Honestly, this is cool. Like, this genie thing. I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? We're gonna get it? What do you guys think? Should we get this? I'm just gonna get it. Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, jeez. Oh, I forgot. I have to do this thing. I don't know, guys. I might get this. Alright. Well, the card that was shown on accident was actually an old card that I haven't had for a long time, so that's probably the best. Now you guys will not see any card. That's why I always have to put this up here in case it shows my card. So there. Alright, I just decided to get it. I don't know, I just feel like getting... I never got the Aladdin stuff, so we're just gonna get Genie. Why not? I really like that outfit for him, so I thought that was cute. So, this will make the streams a little bit more interesting now I've got Genie. Honestly, I just got that with our... I didn't really have any money in my bank account, but I just got that with our... We have like a small amount that we can use for business expenses, so I just got that from that amount. So I can't get any more games or anything like that for a while. So anyways, that was just a random thing. Honestly, let's go check out Genie. Oh, thank you very much, Later Gator. I'm gonna actually go through the story, but thank you so much for wanting to play with me. I really appreciate it. Alright, so let's actually check out Genie, and maybe at the end of the stream I'll have time to play with people. Thank you so much, Later Gator. That's so kind of you. Alright, so I'm just going to check out Genie and what he looks like. Honestly, okay, let's like, we've got the Cave of Wonders over here. That's really cool. And I'm just gonna give him his cool suit. So that, see, that's what I thought was really neat. The awesome suit that comes with that. Honestly, I feel like that was gonna kind of go... I feel like that special thing was kind of gonna leave pretty soon. So there's his cool car. I do like kind of the accessories on some of this I think that was kind of a good deal. Honestly, Genie looks pretty cool. And here we go. Oh, Genie. I do like the 3 wishes. Honestly, that's neat. Okay, so let's actually check out the cart and see what colors can make it. Oh, I don't really have any other options. I just have the gray. Oh no, I don't have any color options. If I really wanted to make it red, I could pay for that. Why do I think this would be a cool color for a Genie? It's sort of like gold, but that's not unlocked. So this is the one it comes with. Oh yeah, I have Jafar and Aladdin to get. Yeah, still have to get everyone else, but honestly, I kind of paid for it, so. But maybe we'll just upgrade him one time. But I'm gonna save the rest of my upgrades for Judy. But now we have Genie, so maybe that will come in. I really like the Buzz Lightyear bundles they have sometimes. Alright guys, so I basically, alright, so we're gonna try to go through this chapter and then I can play with people at the end. Let's also go, I'm gonna go and do a couple more polls, see if, oh! We can get this guy for free today. Carl! Oh wait, no you can't get Carl for free. He's in the offer, but you can't actually get him. You have to pay $5 for him. I'm not paying that. I already splurged on the money I wanted to do. And I usually get the battle pass, but I'm not really interested in the sloth, so I was like, well, we'll just get the Genie. Might as well just get something you actually want. Okay. Alright guys, so I don't know where where I put the poll. Go to season. Okay, here we go. Alright, this is what I'm looking for. Alright, so I'm gonna do one vanity box. Let's see what we get out of this. You ain't never had a friend like me. That's right, Later Gator. Hi, Hassan. Hi, Later Gator. Hi, Sage. Okay, we've got Mowgli's car. Cool. All right, now we can check that out, and let's actually. Okay, things are going pretty well right now. We'll do a couple polls with a 10,000 season coins poll. We have a few of those. All right, we got another shard for Angel. I kind of like this because you never know what you're going to get. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Alright, we got the Blackguard from Tron. We have Kumu from Lilo and Stitch. And Tweedledee and Tweedledum from Alice in Wonderland. Alright, I guess we'll just keep going. Let's do another one. Let's see what there is. Let's see what there is to unlock. So much to unlock in this game, you guys. Sour Bill. I don't even know what that's from. And one shard of Anna. And, oh, we don't have Anna unlocked. And one shard of Yama. Okay, let's see what else there is. We have Aladdin and Jafar to get. That's right, Sage. Car season is... Oh, the car season is next month. Awesome, Later Gator. Oh, let's see who I got. Okay, I got another shard for Bo Peep. And one shard for the Queen of Hearts, who I do not have. Alright, guys, why don't we just go... Let's just go through the whole thing. Let's just get one more. Because I'm addicted to this. I just want to see who else... Oh, Pluto! Alright! And Kristoff. And Cobra Bubbles. Alright, alright. Okay, guys, so I basically used all the extra stuff I had today. And I don't know why. That was just like an impulse thing for the Genie thing. Honestly, I'm surprised I did that. But... I honestly really liked the outfit he was in. I thought that was very cute. I don't know any other... Oh, these are the super sales they have. Oh, no. Okay, where was... So I think I got him under daily deals. So other daily deals include, I think he was the only one, unless... Now, they do have, you can get right now, the Incredibles Vault Pass. Okay, that's cool. You can get Tron, you can get Beauty and the Beast, Nightmare Before Christmas, so that's kind of neat. So maybe you can do the vault later after it's already happened. I honestly don't even know where I got Genie last time. I guess I haven't, oh. So I don't even know where I got that offer from. I just saw it and I just pounced on it. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, this is the other one I really like. I'm not buying this, but I really like this version. Okay, so so that's what these are called. Arby's Trove. I think these are the best deals here because you know exactly what you're getting. I'm gonna say Arby's Trove is a good place to find like an outfit you really like. So here's Sully. Wow, honestly, Sully looks so good in the purple. That's his best outfit. Kitty! And you get, so you basically get one really cool outfit, one really cool part of your car, and a really cool wheel, and a really cool license plate. So honestly, I think that's a great deal. Like, you want to get a character and you want to deck them out, like go to the Arby's Trove. But it's kind of like a $10 per character, but I do like this costume on Buzz Lightyear. Oh my gosh. That looks, I think it looks really good. I like the red. I think it makes him look very cool. Pizza Planet car. Oh my gosh. So this is another one I would totally get. Buzz Lightyear. I am a huge fan of Toy Story. And this one you get 2 of them in one. Oh wow, that's a nice car. Look at it. Look at Mike Wazowski's car, and cute. There's little Lilo, and she's got like a little, I thought it was a heart on her car, but I don't know. It's not really showing what the, it's like a leaf, or I don't know what that is on the front of her car. Thought it was a heart, but I'm wrong. That's a cute car. So yeah, and she's got her, Mike is in a pretty cool racer outfit. So yeah, I think the best, honestly, I know that maybe this is expensive, but I think like sometimes you just want to get that one jacket in the store and you don't care if it's $10 or $30 extra. Like that's, you know, kind of what this is. It's like, I want to get Aladdin and I want this outfit for him, and that's it. Here's his Prince Ali outfit. Okay, well anyways. Alright guys, so I'm just going to go through, sorry, Alright guys, so I'm going to go through the season. I'm going to do one more. I didn't get the Diamond Pass. It's probably stupid of me, but I don't know what to say. I just really wanted the Genie. So it would have been the same price as the Diamond Pass. Alright, so like I said, I did try to upgrade the bunny a little bit. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we've got, so we're going to play as Judy Hopps. She's a little bit higher level than the pirate. What is his name? I can't remember. So you can play as oh my gosh, Barbosa, or you can play as a Zootopia character.
I could win this race with my eyes. Don't expect me to go easy on you.
I can do this. I can do this.
Arby's, they have the meats. That's right, Leader Gator. Hi, J Hoss. Sour Bills from Wreck-It Ralph's. Ralph says J Hoss. Hi, J Hoss. How's it going?
Yikes.
Yeah, so I got a really nice comment from J Hoss, and I'll be praying for your arm, J Hoss. And also, I saw a nice comment from Decker over there on my K-Wife channel, and some nice comments from Later Gator and some other of you guys that I didn't notice on there. So thank you very much. And maybe I'll continue my Wind Waker series over there. Honestly, it's like you know, because this channel is shadow banned. Like Luke says, my K-Wife channel is shadow banned also, but I really don't think it is. It is connected to, but my channel was never erased. Like KwingsLetsPlays was. So I don't believe my KWeb channel is actually shadow banned. So I'm gonna try my best to, you know, I think people are more likely to see something if I upload it there. Like I have to kind of work 10 times as harder. Of course, at least people know the name KwingsLetsPlays. It's, you know, people don't know me as well, but I did kind of start my Wind Waker series and on one episode, and I kind of, the thing is, like, the reason why it's so hard for me to do that is I have so little time in the day. Like right now, it's like 10 degrees out, so I just kept my groceries in the car because I just don't not have the energy to bring them inside yet. So it's like, well, I'm just going to stream and then go get my groceries because they're basically in a refrigerated area right now, which is outside.
I don't understand. I am in pursuit. I've got to try that
Cars
again.
come out, would you guys rather race at the Piston Cup racetrack or Route 66? That's a great question, Jayna. Hi, Joe Adams. How's it going? Hi, Joe. Hi, Joey. I've been working on my Gambit a lot of Marvel Rivals. Awesome, Later Gator. Hi, Savon. How's it going? Happy birthday. Alright, well, I didn't do that well with Judy, but we're trying our best. Oh, you played this one? Awesome, Joey. Alright, here we go. Mickey and Friends, Zootopia, or Hector Barbosa. Cityscape Classic. Alright, so I'm actually a pretty high level with Mickey. Alright, we're gonna try him out. We're gonna play as Mickey, why not?
This is what memories are made of. There's not even a remote chance.
How did he die? I'm excited.
Radiator Springs would be interesting, says Eyes of Joy. I should have checked out more places we could have rated. I should have added more places to the poll. Yeah, Route 66, Radiator Springs. I'm sure there was several. It's been so long since I've watched the first Cars movie, and I don't even actually remember like how many Cars movies there were. I thought there were 3 Cars movies. Whoopsies. Mickey, what are you doing? You're killing me here, Mickey. You're killing me. I accidentally went across, like it had me go across the, like the hedges instead of actually the road. Mickey is cute. MICKEYMOUSE. Let's go, Mickey Mouse. Ouch. Honestly, Mickey's car is pretty cool looking too. I mean, that looks like a nice car. I would drive this car. As it looks like a cool racing slash fancy car. I don't really know cars that well. I just know the cars that I've driven. Like I know Jeep, and that's pretty much it. And the car I would love to have, which is like a Ferrari, but probably never happened. But what do you think the chances they might play Life is a Highway? Yeah, that's probably a good chance. The eyes. Alright, well, we can climb a few rewards here. Maybe, yeah, so Savant says he's waiting on the Battle Pass too. Yeah, like, I think it makes sense. Like, you don't have to get every Battle Pass. Like, I'm not too interested in Flash the Sloth. So I think, like, I feel like that was good that I just got Genie. If you guys missed it, I kind of just went crazy and I got Genie as a character. I just really thought his outfit looked really cool that they were offering, so I really like that. Alright guys, next up we've got, you can play as Hector Barbosa, Zootopia, Rapid Pulse Race. So, Judy is still the top character between Hector Barbosa and Judy, so I still don't have Nick Wilde unlocked. I really don't know if I will get him unlocked because I just don't know if I have time to play this game every day. But I do like hanging out with you guys, and I've kind of like come to terms that maybe I won't show off the whole season, but at least showing off a little bit of it is a good thing to do, so I can show you guys like what the new characters are that are coming out and stuff like that. Like maybe I won't be able to play every level, but at least I can have fun playing the levels I'm able to show off.
I am in pursuit.
Thank you guys so much for watching me. I really appreciated everything.
Stop right there. Yeah.
Yep, I hope you guys are all staying safe. And I just went to go get some, basically I went, the main thing we wanted was black olives and bacon bits, but honestly, like, I got some cereal and some lactose-free milk, and I got some more ingredients to make what I really want to get, like the tomato soup made this week. It's just like, I feel like there's always a lot when I'm about to cook because I always seem to have things in the middle of when I'm trying to cook. There's always something else that needs to be done. I gotta get a YouTube video up. I have to help with sharing shorts and advertising stuff. So I don't always get to do that, but maybe I'll get a chance to cook today, hopefully. Though the tomato soup I'm gonna make is like you roast everything in the pan and then you blend it together. So hopefully it won't actually take that long to make.
Excuse me.
And I mean, it's not very exciting, but like last week we got basically they didn't have a lot of tuna fish left at the store, so they had these giant cans of tuna fish. Like, they weren't giant, but they were like 3 times the size of a regular can. So I guess for me that's kind of like giant. And like those tuna fish cans basically, like, that's kind of what I have around the house now. But Luke, I don't know, Luke's really been, I made him a tuna fish sandwich last night that had like Colby Jack cheese on it and tuna fish and this Italian bread from the grocery store and some lettuce, and he really liked that, like, a lot. So now I have another go-to sandwich for him that he likes. Alright, so we got a little bit more on the Golden Pass. Honestly, I'm looking at all those upgrade coins and I'm just thinking, like, wow, I really should have gotten the Golden Pass to get all those upgrade coins, but alright, we did get the seasonal coins anyway, so that's good. Alright, so we already, okay, this one I have to be either Zootopia or Hector Barbosa.
Oh, I am so ready for
Okay, so I can upgrade Hector Barbosa. I'm just gonna hold off on it because I'd like to upgrade Judy a little bit more, but... you like eating cereal while streaming Saturday morning or not cartoons? Awesome, Joey.
Drive safely, everyone.
Oh, you made some homemade Valentine's Day cards? Awesome, William. That's so cute. Great to see you, William. Hope you're having a great day. And thanks for being a member for so long. And I hope you're doing well, William, my friend. Hope you're having a nice day today. That's really cool. I actually didn't get my Christmas cards out. I did get Thanksgiving cards out this year. In November I have extra time. In December I don't have any extra time. So I was thinking, like, I should put them out, like, on my birthday. On my birthday I didn't have time. I was working. I just had a relative try to call me now, and I was working then. So today I'm a little bit jumpy because I really should, like, try to call my dad or my other relative, but I kind of have to get my work done, so I'll probably call them tomorrow. But I haven't actually called my dad since my birthday. I think my birthday card was delayed because my dad usually sends me a birthday card and he didn't. I didn't get a birthday card from Luke's parents either, and on my birthday I got some chapstick, and then I said, oh, thanks for the chapstick for my birthday, and he said that was for Christmas. So I feel like the around where we are, I think the mail is delayed almost a month, because I'm not getting anybody's stuff. But yeah, hopefully the mail won't be delayed anymore. But yeah, you're just like Kwing nostalgia, Joey. You yeah, you're just like Kwing, Joe Adams. You like cereal and cartoons just like he does. Yeah, I mean, I think it is I think it was when we were kids, you know, I think 90s kids, early 2000s kids, 80s kids, 80s, 90s, 2000s kids. When we were kids, you know, there were worthwhile cartoons to actually watch on you know, on TV, and there was they not only had cartoons from that were happening, you know, coming out while we were, you know, as you know, new cartoons that would just come out, but they also had older cartoons like you know, like Scooby-Doo, cartoon that's been around for literally decades. So they had that on, like Speed Racer, old anime. They had on. They had all kinds of cartoon channels eventually, such as, you know, like Boomerang and Cartoon Network and all of these places that had, you know, Fox Kids, all these places that had cartoons, Toonami, you know, all this stuff. So that was, I mean, I feel like kids today, like, they really don't have as much. It seems like they have more resources at their fingertips, but they really don't. Luke was actually just talking to somebody online about this, that basically when we were younger, we had all kinds of different TV to watch, like with cable and everything like that, and even without cable, you had some TV shows that you could actually watch almost any TV show you wanted. Like, you could watch what was happening to that, you know, in real time. You could watch older anime, older cartoons, and you could also watch older, like, movies, like classic. They had Turner Classic Movies, Nick at Night. So, like, we were able to be exposed to so much more in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Like, we actually had more access to understanding how our culture was and everything for so many decades. Like, kids today, they do not have access to that. They basically have TikTok, and that's pretty much it, because hardly anyone even has cable, and the cable that exists isn't as good as what we had. So it's not even, they don't even have the same stuff that we had. We had way better TV. There was way better shows on. You know, we had Justice League, and you know, like, we had you know, obviously, you know, X-Men, the animated series. We had the Ben 10, Alien Force. All the Ben 10 shows were great. You had Static Shock. You had Kim Possible. There was Batman the Animated Series. There was Justice League. There was a Superman animated show. There was like a ton of different animated shows. I don't know when it came out, but I did like that Avengers, like the chibi people in the Avengers, like early 2000s or something. That was sort of cute. I did like Justice League Action. I did like that. I feel like there was a lot of really, and then of course you had like all these, in the 80s you had all these classic cartoons, Johnny Quest, Scooby-Doo. You had like tons of, you know, like, oh my gosh, all the classic like Hanna-Barbera cartoons just were like they were all so phenomenal. They were all good. So yeah, I mean, like, I just think that the cartoons that people have today, like, I was staying with a family. Let's see, what year was it? 2000. It was like 2005, and I was staying with a family, and their kids were watching TV, and they were watching some kind of like computer-generated Mickey Mouse Club, and I felt so bad for their kids, because I was like, wow, like, we had it so much better than they did. Like, our shows were hand drawn. Like, the music was composed. It sounded cool. Like, the one-liners were awesome. There was tons of action. The shows made you feel something. There was like a good and evil thing where you had to defeat a bad guy. And, you know, I didn't even mention Transformers, G.I. Joe, all this, Thundercats, all this stuff. Like, it was like literally hand-drawn. Like, you know, and not to mention all the, you know, anime and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, we really, like, the modern shows are worse, because a lot of them are like computerized, and they're just kind of like, you know, like, it's like character models are just like made on a computer screen. They're not hand drawn. They don't have as much heart into them. The music isn't as good. It's funny because people always say today, like, well, it doesn't really matter because only kids are watching it. But it's like, but what we watched as kids was phenomenal. Like, the stuff that we watched as kids won Grammys, and it was like, it won awards, and it won awards for music, it won awards for story, it won awards for, you know, like, how the characters were portrayed, you know, so, and you know, they had like you know, had really cool artistic camera angles and stuff, so, yeah, like, definitely, like, I feel bad for kids today, because there's not that much going on. Like, they had Disney Channel was kind of fun for a while, like, the live action Disney Channel, like, was alright. They had some interesting shows on Disney XD, but generally it was just falling off at that point. Like, the Disney Channel shows I don't think are as good Like the last really good show that I really thought was really great on Disney Channel, but I haven't watched it in a long time. But The Sweet Life with Zach and Cody, I thought was really good. It was really fun. And then when they went to The Sweet Life on Deck, I did not think that show was as good. That's just my opinion. I did like Cory in the House though, and some of the other shows that were on like before Sweet Life with Zach and Cody, Cory in the House. I can't remember all of them. The Rave, That's So Raven. And then they had the newer show that was on.
You can count on me.
They had this show called. My gosh. What was that show where the little girl, where the little baby, the whole thing is about the baby, and she's making a vlog for her sister. That show was okay, but I feel like that show was on the decline of Disney Channel. Like it was all right, but it was like barely hanging on. Like it was still cute, but it wasn't as good as the shows that came before it. Like, and then like you had the 90s shows like before that I remember. I don't remember all of them, but I didn't really watch the like I do remember all that a little bit and some other things, but yeah, I don't know, guys. It's definitely, I agree. It's just we had so much better shows. Were just so much better. Of course, yeah. I didn't even think of like of course, like those are just the kids' TV shows. I didn't even think of all the family TV shows that were on back then. Were really great, you know. Like Tim the Tool Man, and then you had like Family Matters and all that stuff. What was it? Oh my gosh. And then of course like a super famous show, oh my gosh, I can't even remember the name of it. How can I not remember the name of that? The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I felt it was really popular. And I watched Hannah Montana for a little bit, but it was kind of cute. But it was cute for its day. But unfortunately, honestly, Miley Cyrus like becoming crazy, I feel like ruined that show for me. I literally cannot watch the show anymore because I mean, if she had turned out a little bit more normal, I could probably watch the show and be like, oh, this is cute. But the fact that she turned out like so crazy, I don't know. I can't watch that show.
That was awesome.
But that's just my opinion. So yeah, I think we had way better shows back then, both cartoon and like live action. It's just, we had better shows, we had better movies. I don't know what to say. I feel bad. I feel bad for people today. Like that's what I did for my birthdays. I watched an older movie. What are you gonna do? Like that's what people do today. Like they don't like the games that are being pushed on them. Like there's a lot of bad games made today that are just, the story is boring, the characters are boring, it's not fun, you know, you got developers yelling at you like you have to play this game or else, you know, like you got all these games with like they're pushing like, you know, all this stuff in them, like, oh yeah, you have to empower the strong independent female and you have to take these characters seriously. It's not fun. This game is serious. It's supposed to, you know, show how serious it is, and they don't make the games fun anymore. And so the best thing you can do is like play an older game because the games aren't as fun, you know, they're just not as fun. Alright guys, I have to go back and get some more medals, so I'm gonna go back to the beginning of the whole, actually I'm gonna go to the first chapter. We're gonna try to get some more medals. Keenan and Cal! Yeah, Keenan and Cal. I remember that. Keenan and Cal, and then of course, I never watched the Good Burger movie, but I did remember the Good Burger skits from all of that. That was fun. Yeah, I didn't watch Loud House. I I haven't watched hardly any modern shows. Honestly, I've hardly watched any modern shows. Honestly, shows back then were fun. Shows now are just like angry and just like always trying to prove a point about something. When in reality, it's like, okay, you can prove that point like when you're on your pedestal, like in debate class. Like that's fine, but like why are you like trying to make the show so serious, like, and try to make it like everyone miserable by talking about serious issues in a cartoon show, when the whole point is all I want in a cartoon show is literally I want Roadrunner to like, you know, I want Roadrunner to run over a wire and then have that wire trip like a falling anvil and have it hit Wile E. Coyote and have his face like just like melt into the ground and have it be funny because he messed up. He tried to get Roadrunner and he messed up and he ended up hurting himself, and I want to laugh at that. Like, I just want to laugh at stuff that's just silly and goofy. Like, I just think that that's what we had when we were kids, and you know, that's what we need again. Like, I don't understand why they make everything so complicated, you know? Like, you want to go down? Here you go. Alright guys, so I am Drake and Josh. That was pretty fun, but I don't know. It was okay. I think that was that early 2000s. It was okay. It was cute though. Drake and Josh was cute. I feel bad about it was cute, but I still think like and it's like the further back you go, the more crazy and zany the shows were, I feel like. But that, you know. But Drake and Josh was pretty cute. That's true. Alright guys, I'm gonna try to get some more medals here. So this one, finish the race, okay, let's try to reach the top 3 in this one.
I'm so ready for
Honestly, let's see if I can upgrade Hector Barbosa. Alright, so I've got level 20, alright, let's see if I can upgrade him. Oh, I don't have any more upgrade points for him. Alright, so I'm actually going to,
Here there be monsters.
Alright, let's edit this racer, and I'm gonna see what... So, she just has her combat upgraded. Honestly, that's not what I want. I want my top speed upgraded. Handling and boost. Alright, that is what I want. Top speed, acceleration. Okay. Okay, guys, so top speed and acceleration. Okay. Alright, guys, I'm gonna give it a try. Let's try it with Judy. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is it.
If I watch Bluey, I have not seen. I don't know if I've seen Bluey, but I did like, yeah, Drake and Josh was kind of cute, Savon, definitely, I liked Keenan and Kel, Joe, and, I also liked, well, I mean, for animated shows, I don't know Bluey, but I did like Blue's House for Imaginary Friends. I mean, that was kind of a cute show for me. But honestly, I do feel like it just keeps, like, maybe there'll be a really cool show that they'll make again. Maybe somebody will have a good idea. But I don't know. Like now, Hollywood is getting really angry because they're like, oh no, like, AI is going to replace all our writers and stuff. It's like, well, if your writers were good, then you wouldn't worry about being replaced because they wouldn't be able to write as well as your actual writers. But the fact that your writing is so bad that no one can tell you're writing from AI, like a computer could write it better than you. I mean, that's sad. Like, that's just sad. Like if you're so bad at writing a good show that literally a computer just making something up randomly from an algorithm can literally make a show that's better than yours. I mean, you deserve to be replaced at that point. Like, what? I really have no, because like the shows that we had as kids could not be replaced. Like no AI program could write Scooby-Doo. There's no way that an AI program would come up with that. Because it's not even, it doesn't even make any sense. Like the characters are so unique and weird and crazy that you would not even come up with that. You could not, a computer could not come up with that show. You know, so I just feel like, you know, like they deserve to be replaced. If they're that bad at their job, they're throwing us, they're giving us TV shows that are terrible. You know, they deserve to be replaced. Like that's what I honestly think. You know, and it's like, it's even like people talk about that with music today is bad too. Like there's a lot of just not fun music anymore. Like. And people are saying that, you know, like, oh, people are listening to AI music instead. It's like, well, I mean, you know, I don't know what to say, because, like, I was listening to a video, there was a musician channel, and he was saying that, you know, that the Grammy, I mean, I wasn't at the Grammys, but he was just saying that the Grammys show that music today is just bad. I wasn't even at the Grammys, so I don't even know who was there, but, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think even in general, like, what people are singing about is worse, too. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, the topics of the songs are dumb. You know, like, for instance, like, I don't understand this one song. And I used to be a fan of Miley Cyrus, but not anymore. But you know, I was a fan of her when her dad wrote the songs. Like all of her songs she sang in the Hannah Montana show were written by her dad. So that just shows like her songs now are not, I mean, they're not even a tenth as good as her songs when she was a kid, because her kids' songs were written by her father. So it's not written by the same person. And it shows. But her song, like, her song about how she can buy herself flowers and hold her own hand because, you know, her husband, you know, broke up with her or whatever. Like that is, I'm sorry, but I just feel like the song is kind of dumb. Like, I just do not understand the point of that song. Like, it's like, you could hold your own hand and buy yourself flowers, but you would look like a complete moron doing that. Like, who would do, like, why, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna go to the point where you're gonna hold your own hand, you're gonna go and hold your own hand and buy yourself some flowers. Literally, like, if you're gonna go to that extreme, like, why not get one of those life-size dolls like people do and have it sitting across from you and go out for tea and talk to a doll while you're out in public? Like, why not do that? Because, like, that's basically the same thing as what you're singing about. Like, I understand, like, the point of the song where she's sad, but, like, I don't know. And then, of course, you have, like, a lot of other songs that are just, you know, all it is about physical stuff. Like, they don't even sing about falling in love or having a great time driving a car, or they're, you know, like, everything is about, like, all the songs today are all about, like, three categories. Like, either doing something raunchy that's physical, doing, like, some kind of drugs, or going to a party where they're just, like, drinking themselves out of their mind. Like every song is so stupid. Like, there is, like, no story. Like, there's nothing wholesome in music. It is literally just complete, like, it's just kind of like trash. Like, it's music you would get out of a bin of trash. So yeah, it's just strange. Like, not to mention nowadays, it's like people literally, they will sing over a track from a long time ago and then kind of like call it their own music. So I just like, wow, okay. But anyways, well, I won the race, so I got one more. Okay, so let's actually go back and see if we can get back to chapter 3. See if we can move on. Zelda, what are you doing? Okay. Claim this. Thank you, Savon. Rob has returned from the cliffhanger. Hi, Zach Mincher. Hi, Shadow Trooper. How's it going? Oh, great to see you, Shadow Trooper. Okay, guys, so we're gonna go into the next one. We finally made it. Win the race and use 5 charge skills. Okay, so let's, we can be Mickey and friends. Okay, so let's be Mickey, honestly.
Let you down.
Okay, I cannot actually... Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can actually change. Alright, good. So we got that. Okay. Honestly, let's check out... I don't know, do we have anything new for Mickey to wear? Oh, we have the best suit already. We have the blue suit. It looks good in this. Oh, you can get this suit. That's cute, but I feel like the white suit is a little bit over the top. He looks cute in red. Should we put him in a red outfit? Let's go for it. Why not? Alright, my cat's getting something out of the trash. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't mean to hit the mic. Alright guys, alright, I'm here. Okay, I'm gonna go with Mickey since he's the most leveled up of all of us. Yeah, I mean, like, I sort of feel sorry for them, but also, like, I just watched a video today where, like, I don't know what it is, Gen Z or Gen Alpha or whatever the newest generation is. They were saying that they talked to their mom and they, like, made an animated video of themselves, like, talking about why they feel like they feel like their generation was left behind. Nobody cares about them, and but they were saying they talked to their mom, and they were saying that they felt very inspired by, like, actually, weirdly enough, they said they felt inspired by the Superman movie, which is kind of weird because compared to the Superman cartoons and movies we had, that movie really wasn't very good. But anyways, it was alright. But anyways, like, they said they felt inspired, and then their mom said, like, oh, like, his mom said, oh, you Gen Zers, you're always trying to be inspired by something, and then he felt sad because his mom wasn't supportive or whatever, and that was his animated cartoon of himself. And I just felt that was interesting because, you know, like, in our generation, I feel like 90s, like 80s, 90s, and 2000s kids, I really feel like nobody really like, well, yeah, we had a lot to inspire us because we had great shows and movies to watch. That's for one. But, you know, like, nobody, like, held our hand and was like, oh, you're feeling sad. Like, in today's world, like, the amount of people, like, that call, like, I'm working in the morning at a restaurant, it's like, the amount of younger people, like, you know, very young people, like Gen Z or whatever, that work there, that constantly call out because they feel sad or they feel stressed that day, so they are not going to show up to work, is astounding. Like, because, you know, back in my day, it's like, you feel sad or you feel stressed, that is not a reason that you cannot come to work. Like, so I just feel like this generation is like, you don't understand how stressed I feel. It's like, are you saying that it wasn't stressful to live in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s? Because it was very stressful, but we didn't worry about that. We actually spent time doing things that were fun to relax, like watching cartoons and hanging out with our friends, or watching a TV show we like, or having a nice time with our family, or just going outside for a walk, or just doing something. Like, we just figured out how to make ourselves feel better. We just had fun, and we did something we enjoyed. You know, get a bag of Cheetos, sit down with a video game, play it for a while, feel better, go back to work the next day. You know, if you don't have any friends or at school or work, you figure out how to make yourself happy. You play a video game. Like, even one person who was like a Gen Zer in our channel was so angry because one day I didn't play online with them, and you know, out of all the days of the week. And I said, well, when I was a kid, I played alone. I played Sonic in my room on my own. Nobody was playing with me. I did not have anyone to play with. I had fun on my own. I think that's a problem with today's generation. That's one other problem with them, is they do not know how to have fun on their own. They cannot grab some cereal and sit in the front of the TV and watch, you know, Johnny Quest or whatever for like 5 hours and just hang out and have fun on their own. They don't know how to just enjoy their time on their own. Like, you don't actually need to post everything you're doing on social media and have somebody give it a like for you to enjoy yourself. Like, you don't even need to post that on social media at all. Like, just have fun, and just, you don't even need to tell anyone you're having fun. Like, you know, like, they'll know that you're having fun later because you're not, you know, they're the ones that are like, you know, like, we're the generation that was like, even if life or work or a family was hard, like, we could relax. People need to relax. Like, there's a time to work. Like, you go to work, your boss is mean, you go to school, your teacher's mean, whatever. You know, maybe some of your parents are mean, whatever. You know, people are mean at different places that you are, and then you have time to yourself where you can sit there and watch cartoons and relax, and there's nobody mean to you because you're on your own. You're by yourself. You're hanging out. You pick something you want to do. What do you want to do? What video game do you want to play?
Yep.
Like, what flavor of cereal do you want to eat? You get to decide. So yeah, I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand this generation because they. And it's honestly partly their fault that the movies and TV shows are so bad, because they continually kind of simp for all these TV shows and movies. Like, you know, anytime someone tries to make fun of one of the like, in our day, if the TV show or movie wasn't very good, people online or whatever would say it. Like, they'd get letters, like, from us, from our generation, like, oh, I didn't like this. I didn't like what you did. I didn't like how you know, I didn't like a pup named Scooby-Doo because, you know, it was basically focused on the puppy and you didn't really get to see the rest of the show. And can you please change it back how it was before, because it was better before. Like, we would actually say our opinion. Like, the kids today, they don't have their opinion. They don't have any opinion. Like, they're so afraid of having an opinion. They always think they're going to hurt someone's feelings. All they've done is hurt themselves, because by not having an opinion and by not criticizing any of their TV shows and movies and music, they never criticize it. That means the only people that succeed are people that are terrible at singing, are terrible at writing shows, and are terrible at making cartoons. Those people are able to succeed because nobody puts them in their place. Nobody says, this show sucks. Like, you need to fire this person. And, you know, and hire somebody who's better at it. And honestly, most of the people that are better at writing usually get pushed to the side. Like, you know, it's probably a bunch of bullies that run the music and TV and cartoon industry now. And it probably is, because when everything is mediocre, the only people that succeed are bullies, because they'll just be like, well, I think my show's better, and no one is there to tell them, no, it's not, it sucks, because there's this other person that's an introvert that keeps their head down and is a really good animator, and they have this better idea than you, but you keep passing them by because you're a bully, and you keep thinking your idea is better because you're just pushing your weight around, and you're just pushing your show through that nobody wants to watch. And now, because Gen Zers don't say anything about it, they don't actually say, like, hey, the show isn't very good. They don't actually say anything. Like, and if you try to say, like, hey, I don't really like some parts of the show. A Sweet Life on Deck wasn't as fun as A Sweet Life with Zach and Cody, because they changed the idea of the show. It wasn't as funny. The jokes weren't as good. They didn't hit as hard. You know, it wasn't, the humor was gone. You know, like, it wasn't as goofy and silly anymore. It wasn't as hilarious. You know, and like, nobody has the guts to say that. Like, if you don't have the guts to criticize the shows. So yeah, you're right, Joe. It's like, the whole reason the shows are so bad today is because nobody has the guts to actually criticize anything. Nobody wants to stand up and be like, you know, I don't like this modern take on this show because you guys are pushing social issues and all I wanted to do was laugh. And you guys are making it too serious and I don't like it. It's making me feel stressed out because you're bringing all these social issues and you're trying to say, like, I mean, not only do I like shows that aren't funny, there's a lot of shows that aren't funny today, but also there's a lot of shows that are just uncomfortable to watch. Like, you know, and they keep saying like, oh yeah, you know, in reality, in society, you know, everyone hates these kind of people and stuff. And they keep pushing that idea. Like, they keep pushing it. But in reality, you and I both know that not everyone hates certain people. Like that is a weird thing that they're trying to push. They're trying to say everyone hates a certain group. But that's actually not true. A lot of people, most people don't. Like, it would only be 1 in a million people that have a weird viewpoint where they hate a certain group. Like, hardly anyone is hateful. Like, hardly anyone is, really. And they keep trying to push saying that everyone is hateful. But in reality, hardly anyone is. Like, it would be a fringe population of people that are like that. And it's not... And the funny thing is, it's not even looked good on by society. Like, if you're a hateful person, if you just pick a category of people and you're like, I just don't like them because they're this. Like, everyone is going to look at you like, why are you so mean? Why are you a complete jerk? Why are you messed up? No one is going to accept their opinion because it's not accepted to hate people like that. You know, they try to make it like that, like in cartoons and stuff, but it's not, that's not the reality. Like, people aren't, you know, people have become a lot wiser over several decades and realized that that's, you know, that's wrong. And a lot of people always realized it was wrong. It was just, you know, so, I don't know, it's just, I don't know. So, yeah, it does suck. Like, there's a lot, like, the shows today are badly written. They keep trying to push social issues. They keep trying to push social issues that do exist and ones that don't exist. They try to make an issue where there is no issue. They try to make tension when there doesn't need to be tension.
I think so.
So that's frustrating, definitely. I honestly, now I'm remembering. I remember Loud House. It's a cartoon with now I was thinking of a different show that I was thinking about pushing social issues. Now I remember Loud House is not that. Loud House is a weird, goofy show though. It has that emo girl in it, I think.
Hey!
But honestly, it is this generation's fault. Like, they if you don't have a backbone, then, like, you know, if you don't have a backbone to what you will accept, you know, what is your like, you have to have some kind of standard. Like, I accept this. Like, this cartoon show must be this good for me to watch it. If it's not, I don't want to watch it. I'm not going to give the person my money because it's not good enough for me. I'm going to go watch an older show that was better. And honestly, more people need to do that because it's just not, it's causing, giving all these mediocre shows money is literally causing us to have more mediocre shows like that.
Here goes.
It's sad though.
This wasn't my race, but the next one might be.
Oh yeah, I didn't even watch Loud House, but now I know what the characters are because we played them in the Cartoon Network game. So I know the characters of Loud House now. I'm remembering it. Honestly, I can't even tell you, like, I don't know, but like, I can't even tell you the show that I was thinking of in my head. I'm actually so afraid of saying it out loud because I feel like if I say it, I'm gonna get like, it's such a hateful and mean show that I like don't want to get haters coming over to hurt me from that show. But I was thinking of a show that they present, like everyone on the show is angry and they always say that like certain types of people hate other people on it. And it's very bothersome to me. It kind of reminded me of like playing the that one game. It wasn't Grand Theft Auto, but it was like a clone of Grand Theft Auto that they made it very like edgy and made it like very angry game. I can't remember what the game was now, but that made me feel uncomfortable because what I don't like about that is like I don't like that stuff like that because they're saying that people are hateful when they're not. Like they're kind of like making an alternate reality, you try to make everyone believe that everyone hates each other, and then it will actually start happening because people start distrusting each other so much, and then they will start to be hateful because then they're told by everyone that everyone hates them. So it's like, of course it's gonna end up ruining society to have shows that are mean like that. Okay, we might be able to get the fox here. Okay, so
Oh, I am so ready for
alright, so win the race, activate drift boots. Okay. Alright guys, alright. Alright, so let's try this again. Oh, I didn't even see the live action Loud House. Yeah. Hi, Zelda.
Is everyone watching the finish
Hey.
line real soon?
But honestly, it is their own fault because they kept shaming. The reason why nobody stands up for Gen Z, let's just be completely honest, is because they are rude to all the other generations. They always calling people like mean names. Like if you try to say like, yeah, you know, this version of Batman wasn't very good, or this version of, you know, like I didn't really like Captain Marvel movie, and then you say your opinion, and then they're like, oh, you're a hateful person, you just hate everything. They don't even take into account that you're just saying your opinion. You just thought the show was badly written. You're literally saying your opinion, and then they accuse you of... And so, like, Gen Z, they accuse people of being hateful more than anyone else. So it's like they just... Like, they deserve, like, being left behind because they have literally insulted everyone. And then they created this horrible world in which the worst shows and movies are accepted. The worst shows and movies are being promoted. I mean... James Gunn is an okay director, but I mean, James Gunn, out of all the directors that are really good at directing and everything, like his movies are being promoted over everyone's. No offense, like he's all right, but I wouldn't say he's like, like I wouldn't say he's like a, like a award-winning director. I mean, like. I don't know, like, yes, his Guardians of the Galaxy movies were very good and very funny, but I don't know, it's just, like, you have people that are just, like Kathleen, okay, James Gunn, probably not the best example, since he's actually a decent director and does make funny movies, but all I'm saying is there are probably people better than him, but he just makes very goofy movies. But I'll give a better example, like, Kathleen Kennedy running Disney for 14 years. That just explains how bad movies and shows have gotten. Like, she is the worst, like, she's one of the worst directors of any company in the history of time. Like, how could she have run the most popular company, Disney, for 14 years? Like, how would it even get to that point? How would you even get to that point? It's just... It just shows how, like, it's like if you have this generation is like people that have lived in a cave without sunlight for 20 years. 2005 until 2025 has been the year of the cave. Like, have been the 2 decades of the cave. Like, for those 2 decades, we have basically had nothing good happening. Like, from 2005 to 2025, there has been virtually nothing good going on at all. Like, there's been nothing new, there has been nothing creative, nothing has been happening since 2005. Literally nothing. Alright, we need 2 more medals, so... Yeah, so it's just like, these people are just living in a cave. They're just living in this cave without sunlight, and they become so blind that they don't even remember what a good movie is anymore. They don't even know what sunlight is. Like, they don't know. They don't know. Like, they have never, like, if they were smart, if Gen Z was smart, they would go and watch some 80s movies. They would go watch the Ghostbusters. They would go watch, like, all the classic 80s fun movies. They would go watch everything. And they would watch the 90s movies, you know. They would watch they would go back and watch, you know, all of the cool, fun sitcoms. They would go watch Kenan and Kel. They would go watch everything. And then they would be like, oh, this is what, oh, wow. And then they would laugh, and they would be like, okay, here's the bar. Here's the bar of humor. This is funny. And then they would watch the movies today, and they'd be like, wow, compared to 2 or 3 decades ago, this is not very funny. Like, they would act like a normal person would be able to see that it is not funny. Like, if you, but they don't even they only watch their modern TikTok videos, you know? They only watch, like, this crazy stuff online, like, where everyone is always, like, and even, like, Luke, I was telling Luke, like, Luke said, why are people so obsessed with politics today? I said, it's like their hobby. It's like they feel, you know how some people felt, like, really, like, some people feel really cool, like, they're like, oh, yeah, I'm a scientist, you know, I know everything about science, or I'm gonna be a doctor. I know everything about the, you know, human body. I'm studying to be a doctor, and they're obsessed with it. Or like, oh, I'm a gamer, you know, I really like games. I'm gonna learn every kind of game there is and try everything out. Well, that's how these people are with politics. They are obsessed with politics. They're like, I know everything about this candidate, and I'm gonna look at them for like 20 years and think about it every day until the election day happens in 8 years. It's like, it's literally like, you don't actually need to obsess about that much unless you are actually going to run for office. Like, literally, like, you're making it your hobby to sit there and try to feel important by watching the news 24/7 and watching angry people scream at each other, and you think that you are literally trying to make yourself more important instead of actually relaxing and having a good time, eating some Cheetos, watching an old movie you like, and hanging out with your friends, going to the gas station, getting some Twizzlers, you know, doing what a normal human being would do, something that you enjoy, like something that's fun. Just think of something and do it that's fun. Walking your dog, getting a paper route, whatever you want to do, like, do normal human things. Instead of doing that, you're gonna stare at the TV and not go outside, and you're gonna, like, start to look up mean things about different candidates on different sides and think about how much you hate everyone who must support different people, when you don't even realize that you're the only one supporting anyone. Nobody else is even supporting either side. They just show up to vote every 10 years or whatever, every 8 years, and you're sitting there obsessing about it every day of your life, where most people are not thinking that hard about it. They think about it in the way that they work themselves to death every day, working hard and playing hard and hanging out with their grandmother and watching fun shows. The way we study for politics is we live our lives. And then when the politician says something like, yeah, I'm going to put a tax on all video games, or I'm going to put a tax on all movies, then because we've actually taken the time to enjoy those things, we actually are smart enough to go, hey, I don't want you to do that. I'm not going to vote for you. So the best way you can actually study politics is just live your life. literally, if you sit in front of the TV and you think like, oh man, those people who play video games, they must be bad. So I hope they do tax the video games, because they are, you know, that wastes your time. It's like, no, you sitting in front of the TV obsessed about politics, actually, you're the one wasting your time. Like, people living their lives are actually using their time, like, literally anything besides, like, obsessing about politics. Anything you choose. Like, if you had a rock collection in which you pasted googly eyes and you named each one of your rocks, that would be a better use of your time than you sitting in front of the TV obsessing about, I wonder who hates who in politics. When literally, it is like a game. Like, politics is a game. It's a manipulative trap. The politicians don't even hate each other. They're putting on a show, and their whole spiel is trying to make you think that they hate the other candidate when they actually don't. And we could see that at, like, Jimmy Carter's funeral, where, like, you know, all of the Republicans and Democrats sat next to each other and were talking like there was no problem at all. Because they don't actually hate each other. They put on a show for us, and then we literally think that they, you know, we think they hate each other, but they don't. They actually don't. They actually put that show on to make us vote for them. The whole point is so we'll vote for them. Like, they'll say, like, they could literally be talking, they could be friends with the other side, and then when they go on stage, they'll sit there and go, yeah, if you vote for the other person, you're a hateful person. But they're just saying that. They believe that's just part of what they need to say to get the vote. They don't actually believe that, because they're going out golfing with that other person later in the day. They don't actually think that. They don't actually think that if you vote for the other person, you're hateful. They don't actually believe that. They're just saying that so that they can get your vote. So it's like, that's the problem with people obsessed about politics today, is that they're crazy. They're duped, because they don't understand they're giving in. The entire politics is a lie. Like, none of it is real, and you can see that. Like, there's several instances where you can see people that supposedly hate each other on other sides of the aisle, and they're just hanging out, talking like there's no problem, because there isn't a problem. They don't actually believe the things that they say, because the things they say are ridiculous. They're actually making ridiculous statements on both sides. So it doesn't make any sense. Like, so people that waste their life thinking about social issues and politics, they are literally wasting their life. They're wasting it on a lie that is not even real. So it would be better, like, if they just hung out. Like, that's one thing I realized after a long time in life, is like, just live your life. Like, just hang out, have fun, enjoy your life. If you stress about all the things that are wrong with the world, you stress about everything that could be wrong with someone that you work with or somebody in your family, you're just going to be wasting your life. The person in your family or the person you work with that's sitting there eating their Cheetos when they're off of work and hanging out and, you know, renting a movie and having fun, and you know, they're hanging out, they've got their cat next to them, or, you know, they got their nachos or whatever, you know, and they're just having a good time either by themselves or hanging out with friends. They're not worried about, like, you know, you think that you're like, you know, these political people or these social issue people, they think that they're somehow, I'm gonna make the world a better place by changing gaming, by changing movies. You know, I'm gonna make them put in more overweight people in the game. I'm gonna make them put more, you know, females in the game. I'm gonna make them put like one person of every race in the game, and then I'll be happy. Like, it's like it doesn't bother. I mean, there's no problem in like representing, you know, people's heritage in the game. Like, that's a good thing, but it doesn't bother people to the point where they're sitting there obsessing about it and crying and screaming people at Twitter. Like people are already, like, there are already people that are represented of different races in every game already. Like, literally, it's already a thing. Like, so, like, these people obsessing about it and acting like they're gonna do it, they're gonna force it more or something, they're just making their lives miserable, and they're just making everyone else, they're literally living this weird version of reality where they're just pushing on everyone They're trying their best to push on everyone, trying to just push their point across. Instead of just living their life, they're living everyone else's life and screaming at everyone about everyone else's life. They haven't even taken time to live their own life. That's the problem with them. But that's a lot. I mean, honestly, that's kind of why I think, like, I agree. Like, Gen Z is they have brought this on themselves. Like, they have literally brought this on themselves.
You can trust me.
They have no one to blame but themselves, because every time someone has tried to explain to Gen Z, like, yeah, this movie wasn't very good. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but your show isn't very good. Like, this cartoon show sucks. Instead of them just being like, yeah, it kind of does. You're kind of right. They sit there and they get angry and they get frustrated, and then they like, no, your show sucks. Everything in the 90s sucked. It was terrible. And it's like, no, it wasn't. Like, you're saying that because you're defending your own generation. You cannot even, you're so blind. Like, you've been living in the cave so long, you have lost the ability to see reality. Like, I mean, it's like, I just want to say to a Gen Z person, like, all of your shows suck. They are all bad. Like, there's not even one of them that is good. Not one. Like, you need to face reality. Like, you need to face it, and then you need to do something about it. Like, one of you guys needs to get up and make a show that's good. Like, I hope one of them does, because, like, they are all bad. Like, every show today is terrible. It's too bad. Like, they won't, because they can't handle the truth. They cannot handle reality. They cannot handle reality. It's sad. Honestly, it really is so sad. Hi, Miku Hatsuna fan. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you so much. Sorry for my long rant, but honestly, guys, I think Joey is right. It's like, these people, that's why this Gen Z or whatever guy made a cartoon. Like, his mom isn't holding his hand. His mom isn't going to help him deal with reality. It's like, she's not helping him because he probably screamed at her every day, saying, like, how, you know, her generation is terrible, and how, like, you know, like, he doesn't, like her generation was hateful and his generation is more inclusive. And that is absolutely not true. That's not true. Like, that's not true. Like, the 80s and 90s and 2000s were not hateful. That is an absolute lie. That is a complete lie. Like, that is not a real statement. So, I mean, they're literally, like, today's generation is like people that live in, like live behind the Iron Curtain of the Soviet Union, and they've been told all these lies by their media and by, like, Mother Russia, and they literally believe every lie that they're told, and they won't even take a minute to go and watch a movie from the 80s and 90s and see if the lies told to them are correct. They will not go and watch they won't go back and watch Jim Carrey in Living Color and Chris Rock on that show. They won't go back. They will not go back and watch some shows from the past or movies from the past. They will not. They will not. Like, I think that they're afraid to, because if they went and they watched a 90s movie and they laughed really hard, they would realize, like, wow, because it's like a person that has only had terrible food every day at home, and then one day somebody pays for them to go to a nice restaurant and they have a meal that is just like, oh my gosh, they have steak and they have potatoes and they have salad and they have perfectly steamed broccoli, and, like, well, they might not like broccoli, so maybe whatever vegetable they like. Maybe they have carrots that are, like, in this nice, like, bourbon, oh my gosh, my culinary teacher made these carrots one time. They had, like, oh my gosh, like, cinnamon sugar and, like, some kind of, like, they just had this really nice glaze on them, like cinnamon sugar glazed carrots. They were so good. But, like, imagine a person finally goes and they finally have a good meal for once. Like, they finally eat this magnificent meal. It's so good. And they come back home and then they finally understand that the food they're eating at home is not good. Like, they cannot comprehend that it's not good until they actually eat a meal that's good. That's sad.
I assure you,
That's so sad, and that's what this generation is like. They refuse. They're inside their house eating their saltine crackers with like some liver pate scraped on it, and they're just like, no, I'm not gonna go out and get a cheeseburger. I don't think a cheeseburger would be very good. I really think these saltines with liver pate, it's really good. It's inspiring me. In fact, I think the older generation, they had worse food than me. It's like, okay, you believe the other generations had worse food than you? Okay, like, and they scream at, like, people come by and they're like, hey, I just wanted to give you a cheeseburger. I noticed you're scraping liver pate onto some saltine crackers, and I was just wondering, like, you know, I had an extra cheeseburger. I just wanted to give it to you to see, you know, like, maybe you wanted it. And then they're just like, no, cheeseburgers were wasteful. Like, today's modern era, everything is better. It's my saltine crackers with liver pate, that's more inclusive, you know. You know, in the past, people completely like disregarded liver pate and saltines, and now I'm giving it more of a voice in today's world. I'm giving liver pate scraped on some saltine crackers a voice. I'm the hero. I'm the hero. I'm giving a voice to saltine crackers that never had a voice before. It's like saltine crackers, everyone knows what they were, and they didn't buy them because, well, I had saltine crackers growing up, but I surely did not like them very much. I prefer Ritz crackers. I'm just going to be completely honest, because they just have some butter in them, and I just like that better. But that's the thing about, that's because I'm a 90s kid. Because I'm a 90s, they should make a t-shirt. Yes, I have an opinion because that's what we did in the 90s. I'm a 90s kid. I have an opinion. Like, Gen Z kids, they don't have an opinion. What do you think of the latest movie from James Gunn? Oh, it's just as great as all the other 250 movies he made. Why do you think that? Oh, I don't know. I was just told to say that because I don't have an opinion. Like, what do you think of the new Star Wars? Oh, I think it's just as good as the old Star Wars. Why? Like, what did you like about the new Star Wars? Oh, I don't know what I liked about it. I just think it's good because I was told to say that by social media. I don't really have an opinion. It's like, okay, so you don't dislike or like anything. Okay, so you're wondering why all your movies and shows suck then, because you didn't actually have an opinion on it. You didn't write a review. You didn't go to Amazon or to, you know, whatever, Rotten Tomatoes or whatever, and type in your review and say, I didn't like this character because she had purple hair and she was always yelling at Poe and she annoyed me. Can you please not make movies like this anymore? But nobody is doing that. They're just like, this is fine. This is fine. I think that lady who's, let's be honest, not very good looking, extremely skinny and mean with an angry face and rude to everyone. I really liked her in the movie. She really made me feel happy and warm when I was watching it. Oh wait, she didn't. Like, yeah. Alright, so I guess I will try to win this race with
I do not
Barbos.
renege on a bargain once struck.
I was born in the time period when you're putting all this under. None of you are saying describes me. Okay, thank you, Later Gator. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Hatsune, for becoming a member. Alright, the zero isn't working on my computer, but thank you so much, Miku. Well, yeah, I mean, like, there you go, Later Gator. So, Later Gator said, like, that doesn't describe him, so that's awesome, Later Gator. Like, so So, like, you know, like, it'll be people like you from your generation that will be the only ones that will do anything creative.
On the case.
Like, because
There's more
a lot of people from your generation have just, like, they literally, and it's funny that I see these videos where people from, you know, Gen Z or whatever, Alpha or whatever it is, whatever the new generations are, they make these videos that are like, I don't have anyone to help me. No one is going to help me survive in the world. No one's going to help me figure out what to do. It's like, but nobody helped 80s, 90s, and 2000s kids either. Like, that's what being an adult is. Like, you have to figure out what to do. Like, I love it how they're like, I don't know, I find it odd that people are always like, oh, well, how are people going to survive in the world? It's like, we are the world. The world is all these people here, all of our generations that are here. We are the world. Everyone here living today is the world. So, like, what do you mean survive in the world? We are it. People have to help each other. Like, it's not going to be that hard. Like, I think that's the whole, I think the reason why Gen Z thinks that the world is a horrible place is because they keep listening to the freaking news. They keep listening to the news. That news says old people are hateful and evil. You shouldn't trust old people because their generation hates everyone. And then they're like, oh no, old people hate me. I can't ask any old people for a job. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have a horrible time. I'm not gonna survive in the world. It's like, you put that on yourself. You listened to the news. They told you everyone hated you. And now you won't look for a job because you believe a lot. You believe the lies of the news. Like, old people don't hate younger people. And even to, like, they always act like old people, like, oh, old people, like, had different values and stuff. Well, maybe some old people, like, had some wrong thinking values. But you know what? Old people live in today's world, and they have actually had to change their minds about a lot of things. They've had to learn and understand that whatever they did that was wrong, and people have moved on. So old people today, they're not going to think like they did if they were thinking wrong before. They're not going to think like wrong anymore because they, you know, because times have changed. And so, like, they, you know, if you're looking for a job and there's an old person that's running a store, they want to hire anyone who can do the job. They don't have, like, they're not going to hire, like, one group of people over another. It's not like that. And also, there are laws in place now where you can't even do that even if you wanted to. So, like, you know, we live in a society. Like, you can't believe all these lies that the news is always trying to push on people. Even, you know, like, it's like, yeah, it's like, we have, like, so many different kinds of people that I work with at my restaurant. And, you know, it's like, people are just literally, like, everyone is always, like, the only thing that people are compared with is how fast they can do the job, like, how fast they can mop the floor, and how well they can mop the floor. Did they miss a spot? Did they not push that chair out and leave an entire splotch of, you know, black gunk under there and didn't even get it? You know, how many times are you coming on time to work? Did you show up on time? If you were gonna be late, did you let somebody know? That's the kind of things that people are. I don't understand why Gen Z is acting like, oh no, someone's gonna be out to get me. It's like, that's because that's in your mind. In your mind, you think someone's out to get you, and because you're so crazy, because you believe the news, which is insane, now you actually start thinking people are thinking like that, and now because of that, you're too afraid to walk out the door and talk to anyone, because you think everyone hates you, which is a complete lie, which is horrible. Like, honestly, the news should really, these news people should be put on trial, because they're literally brainwashing an entire generation of people to try to tell them that everyone hates them. It's just, it's sad, it's messed up. Like, but the funny thing is, we in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, we had things that were not accurately told to us either. Not everything that was going on in the news was accurate either. Like, people act like, oh, like, you know, like, this new generation, like, it's not fair because the news is bad. You don't think that there were bad people that existed, like, in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s? There's always bad people. There's always people trying to tell you something wrong. You know, but you have to figure out how to, you have yourself as a human being, as a person, you have to be able to make your own noise canceling headphones and drown out the bad things that you can tell. Use your discernment and tell, like, oh, this doesn't make any sense. This isn't logical. I'm not going to listen to this. Maybe a newscaster said it. Maybe a politician, maybe a public figure said this. But this doesn't sound good to me. This contradicts with what my grandmother told me. And I trust my grandmother more than the news. And you have to start, like, you know, canceling the bad things out, you know? Like, not everything that you're told is real, you know? Like, for instance, like, in the 80s, like, I was born in the 80s, and when we were going through school, computers were just starting to become a thing. And they told us that computers were either going to take over, just like with AI today, where everyone's so afraid that AI is going to take over the world and kill everyone. People thought that was going to happen with computers. That's what the whole Tron movie was actually made about. Was the whole point of the movie was master control, taking over all of the other people's accounts online and controlling everything on the internet. Like, that was the whole point. People don't quite understand that the whole point of Tron was about the fear of what computers could do to, like, harm, like, everyone. So, like, basically, and they also, like, you know, like, people, there was a lot of fears going on in the 80s and 90s. Like, people had a fear of, you know, if you learn to use a calculator, if you learn to use computers, you would forget how to add in your head. You would, like, they thought the old ways were dying. There was a lot of things that were happening back then. And, like, when Luke and I worked online, like, people thought that was crazy, that would never last. They thought it would, you know, not work out for a job. So, like, there's a lot, like, that's why as an adult, like, as you become 17, 18 years old, you're becoming an adult. When you become, like, 19, 20 years old, you are an adult at that point. So, you know, like, it's funny that this Gen Zer person is like, well, how am I going to live in this society? You know, I want my mom to hold my hand, you know, as I'm 20 something years old. Your mom can't hold your hand after you're 20 years old. Like, you could ask her for advice, but you can't expect her to make all your decisions for you. At that point, you went from school from the time that you were, you know, 5 years old until the time that you were 20. You had at least 15 years of school. So, you know, that school was supposed to prepare you. Like, you went to school every day. You're supposed to prepare you so that you have some kind of idea of how to function. Like, you might make a lot of mistakes. Like, you probably will. Like, I have made a lot of mistakes. I've made mistakes on how I spend my money. I've made mistakes on who I trust. I've made mistakes on what auto repair place I use. I don't know. I made mistakes on not changing my oil. You will make mistakes. Like, once you're 20 and beyond, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. And that's how you're going to learn. Your car is probably going to end up on the side of the road several times and break down, and you're going to have to call the auto repair place or AAA, and they're going to have to explain to you what happened to your car. You're going to make mistakes. You're not going to know all human knowledge of the whole universe by the time you're 20 years old. Like, you cannot possibly do that. But Gen Z is just freaking out, like, oh, well, I don't know all the possibilities that could happen to me, and I just want to make sure that I'm prepared for every possible situation, and I don't think that I can go out into the world. I'm just going to hold my mother's hand until I'm 40 years old at home. It's like, no, you can't do that. That will ruin your life. You will not live your life. If you do that, your mom is, number one, going to be really mad at you that you didn't leave the house by 40, and you will ruin your life. You will miss out on every experience that is good that you can have. You know, you need to go live you need to fly out of the nest and live your life. You know. So, like, I don't know what's going on with this generation. Like, they have to, like, why has nobody told them? Like, they have to just get out of there. Like, You know, in my generation, it's like people couldn't wait to get out. Like my aunt's kids, my cousins, she kicked all of her kids out by 18. Once they were 18, they were out of her house. They were out. You know, some cultures aren't like that. Some cultures, like, they annex, like, a small little, like, some places in the Middle East, like, they actually annex, like, they build an extra small room or home onto the original home. So, like, when you grow up and you get married, you basically, instead of go off to your own home and buy one, they actually annex, like, a little extra, like, half house onto your parents' house. So your grandparents will be living literally, you open the door and your houses are literally connected. So your kids will see you, your grandkids will be able to see your kids, like, really easy. But, like, everyone is different, but you know, you like, people need, like, you can't, like, if you, like they say, fortune favors the bold. Like, you need to just take a chance on something. You need to actually try. You know, like this generation does. Like, they cannot, try, like, they say, like, sometimes, like, I've heard positive thinking people say, like, make a decision, like, any decision. Like, maybe not make a terrible one, like, don't jump off a cliff or something. But, like, if you're trying to figure out, like, oh, what job am I going to do? Or what am I going to try in college? What am I going to go to in college? Just try something. Take a class. I don't know if I'm going to like science or if I want to study archaeology. Pick one of them randomly and try that class. And if you don't like it, then try the other class. You know, what should I do for a job? Should I try to do an auto mechanic job or should I work at a restaurant? Why don't you just pick one of them randomly and then try it out? And then if you don't like it, try the other one. And honestly, that's all you can do. Literally, there's no magic ball that's going to tell you how you're going to live your life perfectly, because the only way you can live your life is by making mistakes. So, yeah, I think that's the problem with, like, that is the problem with this generation, is they're, like, too afraid to do anything. They can't make a decision. Like, they have to just make a decision, like, decide. What are you going to do? There's a ton of people that I know that were born in the exact same time period that you're talking about, and they also act like nothing you were describing. Oh, wow. Well, that's good, Later Gator. But there are a ton of people that do act like that, because that's why we have the terrible movies and shows we have. Like, we have a lot of Generation Z and Alpha that they have literally, because I see people that act like that every day. I'm online all the time, and I see a terrible movie, and I say my opinion about it, and these Gen Zers and Alphas, they respond to me, and they say, oh, I really liked the terrible movie. It was great. Why was it great? I don't know. I was just told to say that by the media. So, like, I see it. I literally have it happen hundreds of times to me, and it's always the younger generation that does that. And also, the proof is in the pudding. Like, we have terrible movies and shows today, and it's because no one has ever said, I don't like this. I'm not watching it. It doesn't fit my standards. It's not as good. It's not as good as Justice League. It's not as good as Static Shock. You know, this is not as good as the X-Men animated series. This is not as good as the shows that I have a standard of. I have a standard of, the show must be this good, and it's not good enough for me. Like, that's what this generation needs to do. They have to tell these companies, you know, this isn't good enough for me. I expect better. You know, I'm going to I'm going to come home from work for an hour, and I want to, you know, have my snack, and I want to have my Coke and my snack, or I want to have my matcha latte or whatever people are eating today, and my snack, and I want to be able to relax from work. And if I'm going to sit there for an hour and relax, I better be watching a movie that's worth relaxing to, because watching this piece of garbage movie made in 2020, you know, 2019 is not good enough for me. It's a piece of garbage, and I deserve better, and I expect the companies to change and make better content, and people need to start doing that. Alright, guys, I'm gonna alright, so we'll do a private track. Because that's the whole point, is like, when they say for like modern audiences, they mean like they think that this generation is a turning point of allowing them to create more and more bad content. They think, oh, this generation is showing that times are changing and you guys want more terrible content. They believe that. Companies believe that they can put out smut and filth and garbage and that people will consume it. And people are consuming it because there's nothing else there. But you can change it. You can say, no, if this is the kind of movie and show you're giving me, I would rather watch nothing at all than this. No, thank you. I will choose to buy nothing. And then once you buy nothing, they'll have to make it better. They will have to make it better to beg you for your dollar. So that they will have to make a really good movie that will be worth watching. I'm telling you, if you go cold turkey on them and you don't buy their shows and movies, you don't buy their garbage they're putting out, they will make better stuff. They have to, because they'll have no choice. And you're not hurting that company. They have so many billions of dollars in their vault. They have tons. You're gonna just get them. They're gonna just have to start going through their pockets and try to find. They're gonna have to try to find. They're gonna have to try to actually. They probably show up late to work every day. I guarantee you, people like Kathleen Kennedy probably, if her work begins at 8, no offense, but I mean, there's no way that she works hard because she's so terrible at her job. You know, I'm sorry, but like, you know, like they're gonna have to start showing up at work too. If she was working hard every day at making terrible movies, I apologize, but she's gonna have to, like people like Kathleen Kennedy, well, she's fired, but people like her, they're gonna have to show up. I mean, at like 3 in the morning. Like I have to go to work at 3 in the morning. Why not them? Why not executives at Warner Brothers go to work at 3 in the morning? They should. If their stock is so plummeting and their movies and shows are this bad, they should have to get up at 3 a.m. to try to figure out how to change it. And that's what they deserve. They need to work harder because they suck. They suck at their job. Like they are so bad at their job that they need to change. They have to change. Like they are bad at it. Oh, I should have been the genie. Maybe I'll be the genie. But, I mean, you guys have to, this generation, you guys have to hold these companies to a higher standard. If they don't put out, and I think it's great what gamers are doing. Gamers are already doing it. If they haven't put out a good enough, game, then gamers are actually going back and playing older games. And that's exactly what this generation and us too, I'm a consumer too. And, you know, and for instance, for me, I only watched 2 movies at the theater this year. And I don't really see that many movies worth watching. I think, you know, I think people need to start not watching the movies and shows these movie and show and animation companies and game companies are putting out. Don't buy their products until they come up with a better product. Don't buy it.
This will be a cinch.
All right, so Vaughn already has the fox. But yeah, I mean, you are very creative, later reader. You always create things, so that's really cool. I like that. But yeah, if you guys, if this generation, not you guys, but I'm saying people of your generation, if they actually realize that they could get better movies and shows, if they actually basically, you know, stopped buying the mediocre shows, you guys would be surprised how they would have to get off their tail, and they would have to start making better stuff. They would have no choice because they would need the money.
Out of the way.
I really want the backside for the Judy's car.
I didn't think it would go that
She's got a little thing on the back of her car, a little light thing, but I haven't earned it yet, but I want to try to earn that. All right, great job, Red Raptor, Sage, and Savon. Alright, 2FJ. But, I mean, like, it's not, I'm not trying to be mean to this generation. Like, our generation had its problems too. Like, if you guys look at movies and shows made in the 1940s, most of those people could sing, tap dance, speak like 7 languages. Like, the actors from the 1940s were much more talented than actors today. So, I mean, like, there's a problem with every generation. It's not, I'm just pointing out that shows, especially cartoons and modern TV shows, are not, and a lot of modern games are not fun to play, and a lot of cartoons and TV shows for kids are not fun to watch today. And that's so that's true. So, I mean, I hope that they change that, but the only way they'll change it is if they're forced to change it. Like, that's, I mean, even, like, most people, like, they don't actually go get a job unless they're forced to get a job. Like, like, oh, I don't really need a job right now, so I'm gonna sit at home and I'm gonna hang out with my cat or whatever. So, like, there's no reason to go get a job unless you actually need one. So it's the same with, like, these executives. They're not going to actually, they're not going to try to change their movies and shows and work hard. Like, for them to change their movies and shows, they're going to have to pay people more. They're going to have to hire better people. They're going to have to take more time to select better people. They're going to have to take time to train better people, which is going to have to cost more money. For them to make better movies and shows, they're going to have to put more money into it. Like, that is just plain and simple. Like, they will have to put more money into the show.
I'm ready for anything.
So,
Hope you like to go fast.
it will cost them a lot of money to improve the quality of their shows.
Remember, take what you can.
I prefer to be called.
So, I mean, they will not do it unless they have to. And so that's what we have to do, is make them do it. Because they're putting, like, almost no money into the shows they're putting out. They're hiring terrible writers. They're making bad. The music that they have is bad. The actors they have are bad. Everything is bad. So, like even one of our viewers, Chad, he's an animator. It takes hours and hours and hours and years of training to be really good at animation. And you have to be highly skilled. You have to be a great artist. So to hire somebody like Chad, or to hire somebody who's really good at animation, you're gonna have to pay them a lot of money. They're not gonna do it for free. So that's what they need to do.
Yes. Oh, good one. I agree.
Yeah, but sorry to go on a long rant, guys. I mean, I was just agreeing, like, that, what you guys were saying, like, that they aren't the best. But, I mean, why was my server locked? Why is my server lose connection? Alright, that is a cool car that, Fox, that he has. So today I had, like, so today I made a little short. Sorry if I kind of, like, got on a roll there, guys, with the... Alright, so I'm gonna go friendly race. Yeah, but I'm not trying to say that, like, you guys personally. I'm saying, like, that generation as a whole. So, just so you guys know. OBFJ1B. know if I was just DDoS, because DDoS attacks can kick you out of a room. Maybe somebody DDoSed me, I don't know. Okay, 0BFJ1B. Okay. I actually did put a 0 on it. I just said O, but it is a 0. So that's a 0, guys. But I actually did type a 0. I just said O. So 0BFJ1B.
Warning! Genies and mirror may be close.
This'll be so much fun.
Come on, let's do this.
All right, I'm trying out Genie because I'm excited for getting him. Oh, you were kicked too? Okay, later, Gator. Oh, Epic the Musical was the only one that blew you away. Oh wow, J Hoss. I didn't see that. I'll have to try it out. Hey Savon, hi Demon Wolf, hi Red Raptor, hi Sage, hi Later Gator, hi everyone. Yeah, I mean, like, it's, I mean, I hope we get better, you know, I hope we get better stuff. Like, honestly, to be completely honest, I haven't watched a lot of stuff in 2020 to 2005 to 2020. I haven't watched a lot of modern shows. You know, I haven't watched a lot of them. The ones that I have, some of them, a lot of them I've been disappointed. But I don't know.
Okay, everybody, on 3.
You know, I will try to scour the internet and the world and the TV for better shows. I will try to see if I can find. I'll try to give more shows a chance if I can. You notice that, like, even the show, like the movies that are really good, like a lot of them are made about things from the past. Like a lot of them, even the movie that shows that's going on right now, Stranger Things, it's literally taking place in the 1980s. Like all of these shows and movies that are like that are successful or well done are about the past. Like they, like if it's not, you know, they're. You know, they can't actually just... They can't just make a show or a movie that takes place today, about today, in today's world, that is good, that's fun to watch. You know, what, and it's fun, and that's true, like, then, how are kids and young adults from today's generation supposed to be inspired if everything that all the shows and movies are all glorifying the 90s and 80s, which I don't mind as an adult, but how are kids today supposed to be inspired if their generation isn't even showcased in good movies and TV shows? Like, you know, that's sad. Oh wow. Oh, like I said, it's kind of their fault because they're the ones that are always criticizing older generations. Like, not you guys aren't, but I'm saying in general, people on Twitter and everything are all, like, especially the crazy people from this generation are always criticizing the older generations, saying that older generations are hateful and all this stuff.
Tragedy.
My gosh, the cherry bombs that go up are crazy.
What's the big idea?
Alright, I'll take it back. I'll say between the years of 2012, maybe 2013, maybe 2015 and 2025 was the years that not really anything good was happening. Because I just realized that there was some good stuff going on in 2012. So maybe it wasn't that. Maybe if you were, maybe after 2013, 14, that's when things started to get difficult. Why is Genie just posing like this? Is he glitched out? Why is he not hanging onto his car?
Nice.
I am completely last. Oh wow. Sorry the room glitched up, everyone. Yeah, I mean you should later, Gator, because I don't see that many people that are as creative as you. You're always creating ideas. Like, I honestly think that making an animated show or making something creative that can make people feel happy is one of the best things you can possibly do. Like, you know, like my my two brothers, they both wanted to make video games when they were younger. And that was what they wanted to do. Like, I'm even actually, maybe I should go into making video games. Like, people always say I shouldn't. Like, no one said I shouldn't. People always say I should. Because I always say I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. And they're like, why don't you just go into making video games? And maybe I should, because I know a lot about video games. And I already took graphic design. And all I would need to do is take 3D design. And I could easily go into make, literally, I had 3D design classes at the same school I took graphic design. And it's actually not that hard to create 3D design from graphic design. So, I mean, maybe I should go into that. And maybe you should do something creative like that. Because I feel bad. My brothers, like, they both have, no offense, but they have super boring lives. They were going to be video game creators when they were younger. And they went to college, and college showed them that all they could do is sit there doing paperwork for the rest of their life. And one brother's job is so boring, I don't even know what the title of his job is. He can't even explain to me what he does as a job. He just does paperwork, and he works at a school, but he's not a teacher at the school. He just works in a classroom, but he's not a student teacher, and he's not a teacher. He just does a lot of paperwork, and he doesn't even have a real job, no offense, but he doesn't have. And my other brother, all he does is copy books from one text to another. Like, he does like biblical texts and stuff, and I guess his work is important and stuff, but he doesn't have any fun in his life. He's always sad, he's always questioning his life. Like, it's so boring. Like, he just works in an library all day and just copying one old text after another, which is fine. Like, there's no problem with that. But if you had an opportunity to do something creative and make a fun video game for people to play, I really think that would be worth it, because you would be doing something that would just bring you joy in your life, you know what I mean? So I really think you should do that later, Gator. Like, I really hope that, like, some of you guys and gals do become, like, game creators or animators or, writers of a movie or a show, like, or something. Because, like, I hope you do get to do something that's fun in life, because, like, you can do a lot of things in your life that seem good at the time, but might be super boring and might not give you any joy. And if you did something like creating cool video game characters for kids to play or something, you might enjoy your life more. Like, I'm not trying to tell you what to do with your life, but you should definitely think about it as a possibility. Because, like, you're a very creative person, and, like, a lot of people today aren't creative. Like, you can tell how uncreative people are because the fact that AI is literally better than them at writing a story. Like that, I mean, how hard is it to make up a story? It's not that hard. But they're so bad at it that AI is beating them at their job. And that's sad. You know. So I mean, I think you could be a great creator of like a game or something.
Hey, watch it. That's what
Movie
I'm talking
or
about.
whatever you wanted to do.
Yowza.
The thing is, like, today's games, like, but I think back in the day, it's like you would have 1 or 2 people working on a game for like a year, like for indie games, and then it would release. Today, like, if you work for a game studio, like, you'll be like given one task, like, oh, you're gonna make all the grass in this environment, or you're gonna make all the buildings in this city, and you do that task for like many hours, and then you make the next area. The games today are so huge. Like, oh, you're gonna design the character model of this character, make them perfect, or you're gonna put every hair on their head or something. And like, you know, I feel like today's games are so big. I would worry that, like, say I worked for something like Ubisoft or something, or Warner Brothers or something. Like, I would worry that my job would become boring, because I would worry that, yes, the whole process in the end is fun and creative, but me sitting there adding one hair at a time on a character's head, I don't know if it'd be fun. Maybe it would be more fun than working at a bank. That's for sure. So maybe it would be kind of fun in the end.
Let's make some magic! Improvise magic sound effect! What now?
Yeah, I mean, J-Hoffs does something pretty exciting, actually. Teaches scuba diving. So, I mean, that's a really exciting job, honestly. I agree with that, though, J-Hoffs. Sometimes to truly live is to do something you're scared of doing. Like, I've heard a lot of people say, well, actually, when I used to go on stage a lot for singing, when I used to start feeling I would feel like adrenaline, and I would feel afraid, and I would feel scared, and I would feel stressed out, and I would actually feel like I was so terrified. I actually had this one audition that I was auditioning for in school that I was so afraid of the audition that my knees were knocking together. And I know you do auditions too later, Gator, but life is like that. It's like instead of an audition for school, it's like real life, where you're nervous about something you're trying in real life. Like, should I, maybe I should try this out. Maybe I should, spend a year trying to become a game animator, or whatever you want to try out. It's scary because, you could lose money, and then you might have to move back in with your parents and tell them that you tried this venture, it didn't work out, or you might have to eat ramen for a while if you don't move in with your parents, and try to save up money again to try to do something else. But at least you tried it. Like, that's how I feel like with things. It's like, well, even if something doesn't work out in life, at least give it a try. Then you won't have to live your whole life thinking, I wonder what could have happened if I tried this. I have a lot of things like that myself. Like I always wanted to be like Shirley Jones, like from Oklahoma, and she was in The Music Man, and she was one of my favorite singers of musicals, and I wanted to sing on stage and do that. And I realized I needed acting lessons for that. I've never taken acting lessons. Finally, I'm in an area of, the world where I could probably get acting lessons if I wanted to. But I'm afraid to, because I'm so old now. that I would have done it when I was 20, but I'm afraid to now because I'm so much older and I feel like people would laugh at me. But I feel like sometimes when I think like that, I think, well, maybe if I don't, maybe this could be a cool opportunity. Like maybe something could happen. And if I'm too afraid, nothing will happen. So, yeah, I mean that, like they say like that if you feel this thing in, oh yeah, they used to say when I used to go on stage for college and stuff, that there's an old saying like in show business or whatever, that if you are nervous, it means your performance is going to go really well. Like if you're nervous, but if you're not nervous, it probably won't go well because you're too relaxed. You should be nervous. Like they always told us that was thinking like that you should be kind of nervous, because if you're nervous, it means like every nerve in your body is on edge and you're ready to perform like really well. But if you're not nervous, you're just kind of relaxed and you probably won't be in your A game. So there you go, like just a random thing from music and stuff that, you know, maybe if you're scared or nervous, sometimes that could be a good thing, because it means like sometimes you're scared because you know it's like what you're most afraid of is you know, has the most potential to change your life, you know. Like I do that when I'm afraid of singing a lot, because I know I'm a very good singer, but most people don't think that I am because I'm so shy, and it's hard for me to promote myself because people think like, oh, people are gonna say bad things about me, like, oh, you think you're all that? You think you're a better singer than me? Because a lot of girl singers are mean, and if you try to audition for the same roles, then they get really angry and catty and rude, and it's scary. It's scary auditioning with people like that, because they scare you away, you know, because why would they scare you away unless they were afraid that you would win the audition? There's no reason for them to be like that. So, and I feel like that's a lot in life. Like a lot of people put you down, say, oh, you can't be a game animator, or you can't do this, you can't do this, because it's almost like they're afraid that you'll do it. Because if you do it, then it'll show that, like, say a family member is like, well, you can't do that. You just need to work you just need to work in a cubicle every day. Like, you should just stop thinking about, like, fantasy and just work 9 to 5. You know, sometimes family is trying to help you, like, you know, get a stable job. But sometimes they're trying to say, what they really want to say is, well, I didn't try that when I was younger. I didn't try that when I was 20. I didn't take a chance on anything when I was 20 because I was too afraid to, because I was scared of life. So I just got a job at a cubicle and I worked there for 40 years. And if you get a job, if you try to be an animator, if you try to do something with your life, then it'll show that I could have done something with my life, but I was too afraid. It'll actually show me up. It'll show. It'll prove that you're a braver person than me. And that's honestly what I think a lot of family does, is they or friends, they try to make you afraid and think that you can't possibly do it, because if you do it, then it'll make them feel bad about their own life. They'll feel bad about their own life because they know in their heart that there was something in their heart they wanted to do and they did not try it because they were afraid. So there's my 2 cents on that, you know, that, you know, a lot of people do put people down if they're about to try something. And you have to kind of like, you have to decide, because like they say, like the thing that makes life the most valuable is the fact that life is fleeting. You know, if we lived for 3,000 years, if humans lived for 3,000 or 5,000 years, every moment of our life wouldn't matter as much, because we'd have so many more moments to our life. You know, but because we only live 100 years at the most, generally, every moment of our life matters so much more. Every moment of our life is so precious. So every decision we make means so much more. We don't have as many years as, like, say we were an angel or something that lived thousands of years. We don't have that. We are just a human being. We will have a few decades of life where we are young, and then we'll have some decades of our life where we're old, and then it will be over.
Deep breaths. I got
You know, So, you know, that means every single thing that we do with our life counts, you know, not to stress you out. Like, you don't have to become an animator. You don't have to, if you don't want to, if it stresses you out so much that you just think, no, I just can't do it right now, that's fine. But, like, that's fine. Like, I don't want to, like, stress anyone out. But all I'm saying is that, you know, and your life can be very good working in a cubicle every day, meeting friends at the job, you know, going to company picnics, etc. Just working a normal 9-to-5 job. It could be great. But imagine, like, taking a chance on life that might be even more exciting than just a 9-to-5 cubicle job. Imagine there could be another thing out, an adventure out there. If you wanted to take it, like, you know, if you wanted to try it, like, I don't know who said it, but I don't know if it was Stanley or somebody else, but people always say, like, if you do what you love for a job, you'll never work a day in your life. And, like, you know, like, I know, I mean, I didn't meet him personally, but I know that from documentaries and stuff, like, Stan Lee believed that he came to the office every day with creative ideas, thinking about what character he was going to make, what new comic book character. And working for yourself is really scary too. You have to, you're depending, you know, you have to be creative all the time, basically, or you have to have created something that's so phenomenal that it'll last you a little bit of ramen cups and rent until you can think of the next creative idea. So, but, you know, I'll be keeping you in my thoughts and prayers later, Gator, that you'll do something that you'll, you know, live the life God wants you to, and that you'll find something that makes you happy. So, yeah, I'm sorry for rambling on, but there's a lot of things I have been afraid to do that I pass by. I think that's why I try to tell people to do what they want, because it hurts sometimes thinking about things I could have done. It actually hurts kind of. And I would, you know, if I could be 20 again, oh my gosh, the things I would do a lot of things differently. I would do a lot of things differently. One of the things I'd probably do is, you know, I really believed that I thought, well, how am I going to pay? There were several reasons I didn't continue school. One of the reasons why they told me that it would be 7 more years after I already went 2 years. I had a lot of people talking in my head, telling me that I wasn't good enough, that I couldn't do it. Where was I going to get a job? Where was I going to get a job in music after 7 years of, you know, a lot of money for a music school that took a lot to get into? Where was I possibly going to work after that? I was going to be out on the street. I think all those people talking to me were lying to me. I think I would have gotten a good job. But maybe I wouldn't have. I don't know. There are people that come out of college with a lot of debt. But it doesn't matter. I didn't even have time to make the decision anyway, because the car accident happened. I was trying to deal with that decision. The car accident happened. I had to move across country anyway, so I didn't get to decide if I wanted to continue in music school or not. I never got to actually decide. So, but I hope I can get an opportunity to go again. But now it's a lot harder because I'm older and I have way more bills. I have health insurance. I have car payment. I have business expenses. I have taxes. I have so many family members to take care of as an older person. People aren't as forgiving of me if I can't make it to family functions as an older person. So I have many more expenses now as an older person than I did as a younger person. So in reality, I would have had more time and energy to go to school when I was younger. Is it possible I can still go to school? Yeah, but it's going to be 1 million times harder. But I'm probably still going to try to do it. But, you know, but it's also scary going to school as a young person because, like they even talk about, like, a lot of football players, like, they, you know, they're living their dream, which is playing professional football, but at any time they could bust their knee and their dream would be over and they have no backup plan. That's why a lot of like professional football players, they go back to school and they get a degree in something like business or something. I think one of the reasons I'm ready to go and try to take acting classes and try to take more singing classes, I think one of the reasons I'm finally ready to do that is because I already have some skills in other things. Like I've already worked as a cashier for many years. I've already worked in different restaurants for many years. I've already worked with my husband's business for many years. So I've already worked several other places for many years. So now I know I have XYZ to fall back on now. Whereas when I was 20, I didn't have any job experience. I didn't have anything to fall back on. So it was very scary thinking about being a musician. So maybe I would have failed because I would have been stressed out thinking this is I was actually scared because I thought this is ridiculous. I can't possibly get a degree in music when I have no money. And I have no way of getting a job when I graduate. So maybe that is the best. So yeah, I mean, like maybe you could do a regular job now, like for a Later Gator or anyone listening. If you're 20 years old and trying to figure out what you're going to do, you could always do a regular job now, but keep it in the back of your mind. Don't let your creativity and your idea die. You know, maybe instead of at 20, maybe you'll do it at 30. Don't let your creativity die though. Don't forget about it. Like if you have an idea and you really want to try it, don't let it just fall by the wayside. Don't get to 95 and think, oh, you know, I wonder what would have happened if I would have tried this idea out. You know, just definitely try to do it at some point. That's what I think. I think just because I think it'll make you happier. That's what I think.
So everyone's aware.
Oh, thank you, Uncle Howdy. That's very sweet.
This will be over in a couple keystrokes. Somebody call for a diamond in the rough.
I'm deciding my own future.
Oh wow, I was scared to become a singer despite knowing I had a good voice. Now I am the lead vocalist in a band. Awesome, Legendary Demon Wolf. That's really cool. Great to see you, Legendary Demon Wolf. Hope you're having a great day. But yeah, I mean, that's the scary thing about life. I think what's scary, like what Demon Wolf was saying, like, and what I was saying earlier was, sometimes you know, like we know, like Later Gator knows that he's really creative. But does the executive at Marvel Comics know he's creative? They might not understand how creative and cool Later Gator is. He has to prove himself to them. And that's the scary part of life is many times you have a dream inside yourself and you know you can do it. Other people don't realize. And they might reject you at first and think, you can't do this. And they might tell you you can't do this. But then they're wrong. I've had music teachers reject me. And then later on I made Honors All-State and then they came and then they put me in the varsity choir, the same director that rejected me. They were wrong. They said I was a bad singer, but they were wrong. They never apologized. They were wrong. Like you see in American Idol, Simon Cowell, he always seems to know who's good and who's bad. But he seems to be very good at his job. But many directors and people that do casting and stuff, they're not as good as their job as Simon is. They will reject people who are very talented. They will hire people that are not talented because they can't see talent that well. Like, not everyone can see it that well. Not everyone has the ability. So they might say, you aren't good at tap dancing. You might be fantastic at it. But they might reject you and they don't realize that they were wrong. They could be very wrong. So, you know, you just have to keep going. You have to, if you're not accepted at one place, you have to prove them wrong by never giving up. You know, that's why a lot of people become YouTubers, is they audition for something like acting or singing or animation and they don't get the job and they think, well, you know, like, I'm just going to do it on my own. I'm going to make these videos on my own and upload them and see how the world likes my animation or see how the world likes my singing or acting. And many times people, they will get a following. And like people will say, wow, your videos are funny, you know, I like your skits, and then they can have more confidence, and then maybe that will lead to another acting job for them. Or maybe it won't. Maybe they can just make videos for their audience, you know. Like, a lot of times, like, my husband should have really been a voice actor. A lot of times I tell him, like, the reality is you're voice acting every day because you read the voices of the characters in the games. So, I mean, if nothing ever happens from him, voice, like, if he never ends up getting an actual contract voice acting anywhere, I think he still used that talent to make people happy. So you could always do that too, later Gator, is like, even if you end up not actually auditioning for anything or interviewing for a position or working for a company like that, you can still write fun stories for your friends and family.
Good luck,
And I
everyone.
think that's still a way to be creative and make people happy. I still think that's even writing fun stories for your friends and family or the community is a great way to make people happy. Like, as long as you always use your talent, even if it's not getting paid for it, I think it's definitely worthwhile. You know, even though I didn't continue music school, I always had friends and family ask me to play my violin and stuff, and I always got annoyed because I thought, why are they're rubbing salt in the wound. I didn't get to finish school, and they're rubbing salt in the wound, and I'm not even getting paid for this, and I have to bring my violin, haul it to this family event, and I'm not getting paid at all, and I feel depressed doing this. But in reality, it's a good thing that I was using it even a little bit, you know. It was good that I was actually playing my violin a little bit.
What's the big idea?
It's better than nothing, you know. It was nice that I was able to share it with people.
Oh, good one. Yowza!
Oh, this is fitting. I'm the genie.
That's what I'm talking about. And a one. Sweet. Go.
You know, one of the people that inspired me to keep going with music, like, I probably would have given up and felt depressed. But there's a YouTuber lady, she's Japanese, and she's 40-something, and she sings covers of anime and video games and other songs, and she sings and she writes songs and stuff. I found her about 10 years ago. She's probably in her 50s now, singing, and she has a beautiful voice. She sounds like she's 20, but she's 40-something or 50, and she's very pretty, and, like, well, she looks older, but she's still using her talent, even as an older lady, and making people happy, and people are enjoying her music, and she's having fun, and she's doing what she loves, even as an older person. And that really, like, her channel, like, when I saw her singing and realizing, like, oh, I didn't get to finish music school, but it's not over yet. Like, I can still do something with my life. I can still use this. I can still, even when I'm 80 years old, I can play my violin. I can do something with my talent. Even if I'm not going to Harvard, or I'm not going to the top school in the nation or something, not winning American Idol, I can make people happy with my talent, you know? So I hope that you guys do that with your talents. Like, even if, you know, I don't think that everything is all about, like, winning American Idol or going to Juilliard or something. Like, I think just taking your creativity and making people happy, whether you do it for a job or not, I think it's very important, because then you get to live the way that you were created to live, with the talents that you were created with. And something in your heart, like, feels better when you're able to in a way, it's almost like it's almost like you somehow become your whole self. You live the way you were supposed to live, because it's almost like you live your purpose in life. Like, you were created as a creative person that loves to draw and animate, then when you actually do that, it's like it flows out of you, and it's like your reason for being. It's like you have a reason to be here, and it kind of like it adds to your life and everyone's around you. And I think that it's almost like it's a key to life, is just doing what you were created to do, finding your purpose and just living your purpose.
See you in my rear view mirror.
Shall we agree on the rules of engagement?
Hope you're ready to eat my dust. Trust me, I got this. Easy as selling popsicles to lemmings.
Easy as selling popsicles to lemmings.
Gotta go. All right. I am in pursuit. Gotcha.
No problem, Later Gator. Of course, my friend. And that's why I want to do a YouTube channel where I'm singing, even if I'm in my 40s or 50s. Like I want to do it because something in my heart doesn't feel complete, because I always wanted to sing and I didn't get to. Like, and yeah, I can survive doing something else. I can, but can my soul my body can survive by doing something else for a job, but can my soul survive? Can my heart survive? Maybe not.
I don't understand.
Like, I feel like that's why we watch movies and cartoons and things. Like, it's like our bodies get fed by food, and they get kept warm by the heater and stuff, but our soul needs to survive. You know, like, our soul needs to live on something. We need to watch things in the news, like, not in the news. We need to watch movies and shows, or read books, or listen to music, or take a breathtaking view in of, like, the ocean or something. We need to experience, we need to go out and have a nice time with our grandpa, having ice cream, or sit by the beach and just enjoy being there. We need to do things in our life that help our soul to live, our soul to survive, because every moment that is like our soul can live. Like, if we watch a nice movie with our family and we all laugh together, and it's a nice, you have a nice time watching it, and then you have to go back to work, you think about that movie the whole time you're at work, because you were feeding your soul doing that, because you needed that. You need something to make you feel you have to have something that helps you to have a reason to keep going with life, because life is so hard. I feel like it's difficult because there's so many difficult things in life. Life is just an uphill battle. It gets harder every year you're alive. It gets harder, and you have more responsibilities put on you. Like at my restaurant job, when I first started there, they just expected me to just brew things, and then twist a few caps, and then get the store open. Then later on, I'm taking orders. Every day that I'm there, they teach me something new. Like yesterday, I ended up being there, and they taught me. They always are teaching me how to do things better. And I always have to learn more things on the computer. I always have to learn a better way of handling customers. Every day I'm there, I'm corrected on something. And I feel like that's what life is like. It's like every day you're alive, something happens where you learn something. And and learning is hard. Like, learning is very hard because you're always changing. You can't just remain still. You can't just sit there and do nothing. It keeps going. It's always uphill. Like, once you Once you're done with like 8th grade, you go to 9th grade. And once you're done with the 2nd year in college, you're in the 3rd year in college. And once you're done with college, then you do the hard part of interviewing. And, you know, as you keep going on with life, then you may have like, you know, a relationship with, you might have marriage and kids, or you might not. You might be single. Either way, people are going to put more responsibilities on you. Like, you might bring like just a bag of chips to Thanksgiving when you're 17 or 20 or 26, but then by the time you're 35, they're going to expect you to make or bring some kind of, you know, potato salad or a better dish. Like, everywhere, every aspect of your life, people are going to expect more from you every year. So, you know, life is like a huge, like somebody always, someone asked me like a long time ago, I think it was Luke's mom, she's very philosophical. She always asks me what life is like, if it's like a race or if it's like, but I always thought it's like a classroom or a video game, because you're always learning. So you need those moments to relax. You need something to just, like, you just need to listen to music you like, or listen or watch a movie or show you really enjoy, and just something that just makes you just feel peaceful and happy, like completely happy, and like, you know, like, oh, that was a really good time, and I'm just so really happy now. So you just need stuff like that to feed your soul, you know what I mean? I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about, but I feel I need that. Alright guys, we'll do 1 or 2 and then we'll, hi Rex. Hi Shokamui, good, I hope you're having a good day too. Selling popsicles to lemmings, it's a weird thing for him to say, Kaya. Yeah, I think what he means by lemmings, it's a, I don't know if it's a metaphor, but it's like he's calling, like, you probably know this, I don't know if I'm over-explaining, Kaya, but, like, lemmings are, like, it just means, like, well, lemmings are animals that are known for walking off, like, they walk into they have, like, certain times of the year where they always follow each other, and they'll follow each other in a herd of lemmings, like, they're little rodent-like animals, and they will follow each other, and they're known to follow each other even off a cliff or into the ocean. So, like, lemmings are like kind of like, if one of them does it, they'll all do it, kind of like a herd of buffalo or a herd of bulls or cow, like a herd of cows or sheep. Like, they just follow one after the other. So, like, say they were lemmings. If he sold a popsicle to one of them, they would all buy a popsicle. So he's basically, like, calling the citizens of Zootopia lemmings. Like, he's saying that if one person buys it, they'll all buy it. Like, they're just gonna be basically going with the flow. They're just gonna be following the crowd and just doing what everyone else is doing. So it's kind of like a lemming. You could say that about modern people today. Like, everyone has a cell phone, so we're lemmings like that because we all have a cell phone. Like, nobody doesn't have a cell phone. Like, hardly anyone doesn't have one. In a way, Amish people would probably say we're lemmings because we all have a car. They would kind of look down at us like, why do you guys all have a car? Like, why don't you guys just walk to work? So it's like, lemmings are kind of like people that they all do the same thing for no explanation. You know, they just kind of follow the crowd. Oh, no problem, Kaya. Oh, he actually sells them to actual lemmings? Oh, wow. I didn't realize that. Oh, Later Gator, thank you. Sorry, I didn't understand that it was real lemmings. Sorry about that. So there, what Later Gator said. I didn't realize he sold it to actual lemmings. Oh my gosh. So he literally sold it to lemmings. Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah, just the other day, like, I was feeling kind of like, I don't know, but I kind of got distracted and I listened to a lot of music that I really liked, and that day I had a really good day of streaming and stuff. Like, I got really distracted and I probably shouldn't have. I should have been doing my job. I should have been sharing the video and posting on Facebook and stuff, but I got distracted and I was listening to a lot of music that I liked. And that day I had a nice day because I kind of fed my soul to relax and listen to something I enjoyed. So I do think people do need to take time to do things they enjoy. Because I think you get really burnt out if all you do is work and go to school and work and go to school and eat and sleep and work and go to school. It's like, it's too much. Like, you have to do something you enjoy, you know. You have to take a minute to just rest a little bit.
Excuse me?
Hi, Geeky PJ. Hi, Rex. Hi, everyone. Hi, Maxim. Hi, Maxim Wall. Hi, how's it going, Max? Okay, guys, it is 2:24. All right, we'll do one more race if you guys don't mind. Thank you so much for playing with me, everyone. Oh, okay, Shokamui is playing with us. Awesome. Hey, Shokamui. Alright, so we got Little Maxim. We got Kamui in here. Demon Wolf. And we have Sage, Red Raptor, and Later Gator. Yep, great to see you, Sage, and good to see you, Shokamui. Great to see you, Maxim. Great to see you, Kaya, and great to see you, J-Hoss, and Later Gator. Hi, everyone. Thank you, J-Hoss. That's one of the things, like, even at the restaurant I'm at, I'm not making that much money, but I feel like I'm making friends and I'm helping customers. It's making me feel good. And I feel like I really needed that. Some jobs I may have made, like, there was a job where I could have been, like, basically, like, cleaning, like, needles and terrible things from a hospital for, you know, a really hardcore job where I was getting screamed at and stuff. They said they yell at people there a lot. And I couldn't deal with that. Even though it made more money, I couldn't deal with it at the moment because it was just, I don't know, I thought it would just mess me up a lot. And so I do think, like, people do need to take into account, like, yeah, this will help your this will help your wallet, or this will help your, you know, income, or this will make your parents proud of you, but how is it making you feel? Like, how are you, like, is it gonna make you hate your life by doing this job, or by never having any time off, or by living in this area that you look outside and the sky is just gray all the time? Like, maybe you want to, like, how J-Hoss is, like, see the ocean and stuff, and travel the world and help people learn about scuba diving, something that makes life more exciting, more worthwhile, something that's real, instead of just staring at the walls of a cubicle all the time. You know, like, I remember when I lived near the ocean, it was just really nice seeing it, because I wasn't used to seeing it. It definitely, I feel like, made my soul happy being there. But, like, you can do little things in life that can make you feel happy too. Like, even if you don't have the ocean, or you don't have an amazing, like, a job where you can hang out outside and stuff. You you know, like, if you just do work 9 to 5, you can do little things that can make you happy.
I don't understand.
That'll make your life feel like it's worthwhile, you know? And I think you can just take time and do little things like that. Like, that's what I did today, was I was just gonna be practical and not get anything for myself, but I noticed the sushi was on sale for $5, so I was like, well, I'm gonna do that and just take a little time for myself, and I felt really good doing that. Honestly, it made me feel happy. A few people were like kind of looking at me weird because I was in the middle of the parking lot and people were trying to get a space, but you know, I was just doing me. Like, I needed to take a small break. They could wait like 3 minutes for my parking spot. So, you know, people can wait for somebody to have like a little bit of happiness for a minute. I guess I kind of got inspired. There was this girl at my job, and she just works every day. That's all she does. And she was excited telling me about how she got a muffin from our restaurant, and she toasted it 3 times and put a little pat of butter on it, and she was enjoying her snack in the back of the restaurant, and she was telling everyone about it, and she was just so happy eating this muffin. And I realized that, like, that was very inspiring to me, because she was letting like a very small thing, like a $1 muffin, she toasted it 2 or 3 times and then added butter and made it a delicious, like, it smelled so good. And she literally took a small thing that most people would be like, just scarf a muffin down, and she was able to enjoy her life. And I think that's one of the secrets to life, is like, maybe you don't have a lot where you are, or you don't have a lot to deal with. You just have a small apartment, and you know, like, you have, you know, but just make the best of whatever you have, and learn to enjoy your life, whatever it is. Like, if you have a tiny apartment, you maybe go out and take yourself a little walk around and look at the trees, and you know, you only have a few dollars, go to the gas station, get your favorite thing, get your Twizzlers, you know, just things that make you happy. Don't forget to do things that make you happy. Like, because it just makes life so much worthwhile. And I feel like it's so worth it, you know what I mean? Well, we got Amir in. Why don't we do one more for Amir, because we just got Amir in. So we'll do one more Amir for you, Amir. I was going to shut it down, but we're gonna do at least one more race for Amir. Yeah, it was. Okay, one more. If you guys don't mind. Because I didn't know Amir was gonna get in here, and Amir always is here hanging out with us and always giving me awesome codes and stuff. Yeah, definitely Geeky PJ. I was really hoping, I was happy today, because I was like, well, I don't want to spend too much money, and I'm hoping that there's like a little bag of gummy bears for $1 somewhere. So I looked everywhere, and all the gummy bears were $3 or more. I really didn't want to spend that much on it. And then I saw there was 1 bag left of gummy bears for $1, and I was so excited, because I was like, oh, I feel better, because I didn't want to spend that much. You know, like, I didn't want to spend the price of a meal on some gummy bears or something, because I was getting my soda, the gummy bears, and my sushi, so altogether I didn't want it to be that much. So I was really happy. There was one left for me. I was excited about that.
I think I know all the local traffic.
I wouldn't expect much.
4 wheels instead of 2. Huh.
Alright, here we go. Amir coming in with Olaf. Alright guys, one more. Sorry about that, guys. I roped you guys in for one more. Hey Red Raptor, hey everyone. And I am playing as Judy, who, honestly, I feel like, I don't know if this is Judy's real personality or she's just waiting to break out of her shell. I didn't watch the second movie, but her personality is very timid and just like straightforward. Like, she just does whatever she's supposed to, and like I see some of myself in her, like in the, like, where she's just trying to do everything right, you know, make sure she gets those meters correct, and like, I don't know. Like, I wonder, like, is that her real personality, or is she just too afraid to, like, show her real personality? Is she a lot more, like, laid back, like, when she's just at home and stuff? Maybe she's just like that at work. I don't know.
I am in pursuit.
I don't know if that's my siren going off or somebody else. Maybe that's, I think that is Judy's siren. I think that is her real personality, says Rex. Yeah, I feel like it is. I think, like, I act like Judy when I'm nervous, but my real personality is not like that. I'm, like, goofy and weird. But when I'm stressed out at work, that's how I act. I act like Judy does. I'm just in the zone. I just sit there. I'm just like, yeah, and here's meter number 1 and 2, and I'm just not talking about anything. I don't make small talk. I just sit there and do my job. I get stressed out, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna be by the book. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out. Amir, Shokamui, Maxim, Demon Wolf, Sage, and Red Raptor, and Later Gator. Really appreciate you guys, and thanks for hanging out in the chat, Kaya, and everyone. Sorry we didn't get you in, everyone in the chat. You got her personality, but just guessing it, you were right, Amber, says Later Gator. Thank you, Later Gator. So, yeah, Maxim won that race. Great job, Maxim. Great job, everyone. Alright, guys, well, I'll see you guys on the next stream coming up, which should be, I believe it's Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I'm not sure, though, guys. I have to check. Alright, guys, well, I'll see you guys on the next stream, and thanks for playing with me, everyone. God bless. Happy gaming. See ya on the next stream.